Hey y'all.
Hi.
It's Necey Dixon. Welcome to another Thursday with Ooh Ladies First Panel.
Hi,
y'all doing?
guys. Hi. How is everybody doing?
What's up, everybody?
I feel so, I feel so far away.
I know I have missed y'all. It's been a long week. My goodness.
Girl, I'm so tired.
Oh,
it's been a long day.
Truth.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel the same. I'm tired, y'all.
What's going on with you with your audio right now, Jamie? What'd you do?
I don't know. When Necey came back, it's like I hear y'all, but y'all sound like chipmunks. So let me refresh. Give me a second, guys. But I still hear y'all, but it's just like the little undertone. 1 second.
Okay. We
1 second, people.
That's why I restart my computer, because I'm like, why can't I hear nothing?
Child, listen. Y'all know how I am, girl. We're gonna fix these issues. Y'all'll be all right. Y'all just coming into the room anyway.
The screen get like this, because then I start looking like Tori off Ready to Love.
Girl, it's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me.
Is this better?
Yeah. Let me talk to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we can work.
Y'all.
We work there.
We be getting handled real quick.
We do.
Professionals. We do this.
Okay. All right. So, y'all, for the people in the chat, I want to know from the chat, what gossip happened this week besides Will and Chris? Okay. Bonnie?
Right.
I was about to say Tiffany Haddish reading the fuck out of that lady on the red carpet was hilarious to me. This is not a costume. This is what money look like.
That's why they need to stop having this anybody on the red carpet. Like, no, like costume. That's not a costume.
That was not. It was beautiful too. Like,
she did look good. She looked good.
Let me be devil's advocate.
Okay.
So, do y'all think? Okay, you know how in theater people say like break a leg, costume change, and because she's an actress, that's why she said costume change. I feel like that's why she said it. However, I didn't mind her reading the fuck out of that white lady on behalf of all other white women who try to make cute jokes like that.
No,
I don't think that's what. Yeah, I don't think that's what she meant, but I think that she used the wrong term.
Right.
I don't know if a lot was going through her head being on the red carpet, going from different people, but oftentimes people do wardrobe changes, and I think that's probably what she meant to say. But instead, she said costume, and she accepted the dragging that she got.
She said, "Oh my God."
I think she was a good sport about it.
She was, and I respected that about her because it was you misspoke. And because I think people take Tiffany to play with so often, I think that when that lady said that shit, it was like, bitch, I am a real person. Okay. This is my real life. I paid for this. Nobody gave this to me. I had this custom made for myself. Please do not call this a costume. This is a gown. Okay,
nobody wears costumes. I don't think anybody ever said like,
right.
She said little. She said a little costume change. She said a little costume change. And I'm telling y'all, I think the white lady. I think the white lady meant to shade her. I'm gonna tell y'all, like, I'm the type of person that absolutely notices patterns sometimes in the way people can approach certain, hi there, Tiffany. Hi. Hey girl. Like they do the posturing thing and they low-key shade you in the same breath. I've just had it happen to me way too many times with the clear women.
Right.
So yeah, I definitely was feeling what Tiffany was giving, because I was like, yeah, you meant to shade her. Yeah, you did.
See, I don't think it was a malicious shade. I think she just shouldn't have been there. Like anybody else on the red carpet of the Oscars would not say like, oh, a costume. It's like, no, nobody there was in a costume. Like, this isn't you. If you are a red carpet correspondent, what are you wearing? Who dresses that? Who was the designer?
Right.
No one would say costume. You would say, oh, you changed your outfit, your dress, whatever. The word costume to be meant, that ain't her place. And because she was barefoot And I like how Tiffany to me was a comedian. She was like, let me give it to you because it's gonna be a moment. She gave her what she gave what needed to be gave. And I'm like, yeah.
She pulled out the proverbial blue mic. Okay.
And when she said no shoes on, I imagine that lady's feet being just as brown as ever on the bottom. Like when you know
that lady didn't have
oh my God, I didn't know that.
She took her shoe off. It's like you talking about my costume, but you barefoot on the red carpet at the Oscars. So
dirty feet.
It's like let's go back and forth for what it is. So yeah, that's why I love Tiffany Haddish.
Well, okay, we're gonna get right on into it. Jaylee, tell me. I think I have the correct. You like what's going on?
What I do?
I think I got the right. Yeah, this is the right handle for you, right?
While she was looking around.
Absolutely, that is the correct one.
What I have to do?
Okay,
I
wanted
to simple.
No, the intro video.
I know what you meant by the intro. I just wanted to make sure this was correct as well.
Yeah, that's the right thing.
All right. So y'all, before we get started, y'all be sure to follow us on social media at Ooh Ladies First Panel everywhere, on Twitter, Ooh Ladies First, Bondi, Jaylee, Jamie, and me. Okay. So with that being said, y'all, I think it's time that we get into the fashion. All right, y'all. We're gonna start here. Y'all,
what the fuck, Jamie?
Every time there's a video, your audio gets louder. And Jamie's sitting here with her mouth covered.
No, Jamie, it's the mic.
I can't hear it.
It's the mic.
I didn't even hear it that loud. It sounds like an itty bitty ultrasound.
Am I loud?
I hear it.
Yeah, it does get louder. Mm-hmm.
Wait, say something.
I apologize, guys.
I don't hear it louder now.
It just changed. Like you could hear the background and everything. It might be just because the first sound sounds louder. So
your mic has to adjust.
Yeah.
Okay.
You sound extra crisp, like some chicken.
You sound like close
out the fryer.
Oh, I'm
like you right there on the mic.
Yeah, you got that expensive microphone.
It's not that expensive, but is this better?
Yeah, it's fine right now. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Okay, y'all ready?
Go ahead. Sorry.
This is an ASMR. This is an ASMR. Ladies first. Okay. All right. So, y'all, the first looks we're gonna get into Chloe and Halle Bailey, Laverne Cox, and Tracee Ellis Ross. And I have to say, in my opinion, y'all, I feel like almost everybody I saw was well dressed. I don't think I seen anybody where I was like, hate it, bye. Everybody looked good. Oh my gosh. But what was killing me was the body that Chloe and Halle was giving together. It wasn't just Chloe on her own doing the most and people was talking about her. It's Chloe and Halle, and they both look good AF. Not to mention, Halle was online. She dating some dude named DDG. Mm-hmm. I guess he's after my time. I don't know who he is. And that's probably like the first time I ever had to say this. So what the fuck? Now, Laverne Cox, I think she looked beautiful. I love the bun. I love this. You know, wherever train jacket situation that's going on, Beyonce had it, Queen Latifah had it, her had like a train jacket thing over the shoulders, and Laverne Cox too. I think it's super cute. Tracee Ellis Ross, she looks good all the time, literally. The red lips, the red dress, red shoes. They say that red was the color of the red carpet.
Okay.
Yeah, the titties look good too. And I love the necklace especially. But what are y'all thoughts on these looks?
Ooh. So like I said, the titties. Yes, no, Tracee is defying gravity right now, and I find it fascinating. I love everything. I love the hair pulled back. I love the old Hollywood style, but kind of new school version of old Hollywood style. Like that's what it feels to me. So I like it. I think Laverne looks amazing. Okay, it's giving Oprah. I like it. I hope, Chloe and Halle are giving you, young girl thigh, and I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. I like both of their dresses. I like Chloe's a little bit more because I think that dark color, something about it is just pulling my eye a little bit more than the blue that, you know, because Haley's outfit kind of looks like, yeah, it's on the red carpet, but it's also giving beach. Like it's also giving vacation. So maybe, I don't know, something about it is just not as dressy that I would have liked, but I still think she looks amazing. Look at her legs, her body. She looks amazing balls.
I love Tracy's. I love Tracy's outfit. I do wish she would have had straps on the titties just because that's what I see in my head, but I still love the outfit. I love the neckline. I love the necklace, her makeup, and I even love the slick back hair. It's real simple, but like gorgeous for Laverne. I love her from the neck up. I wish she did not have the big cape thing on to show the shape of the dress more. To me, they kind of clash with each other. And if she had maybe a different color dress on, I could see the difference. So I think it's a good look, but I still wish I could have seen what I think the cape thing. But I love her hair and her makeup. She looks absolutely amazing. For Chloe and Halle, I find the reason Hallie's in that color is because she's like the Little Mermaids. I think that was a play off of that, like a mermaid on water, on land. Let's get the little water color of it all. I think the mermaid comes out this year.
Okay.
And then
I can't wait.
I love Chloe's outfit. I love somebody put in the comments too. I love how they represent two different body shapes. Still slim, but how Chloe's a little bit slim thick because she's thick as a Snickers. But they both look amazingly gorgeous together and separately. And the color, the darkness, but also the purple of it, but her pop of brown skin looks great. And I love her hair too. So yeah, 10s across board for all of them.
Yeah, I agree. I really like Tracy's outfit. It was given like Bondi said, like new school meets old school type awkwardness that looks super cute on her. I love that red. She looks really great. I really like Laverne as well because they just wore something simple but then extra all at the same time. Mm-hmm. So I love that jacket, that fluff of the jacket. Like it just added to the outfit with the bun up. Ooh, they did a good job pulling the hair back for Tracy and then pulling the hair up for Laverne. The girls did what needed to be done. I guess it was a hair up type night. When we get to Chloe, I love what she has on. I love her hair the most. I think it's the face and the hair for me the most. I do love how the slit is like, that's not a normal slit, girl. It's coming all the way up, meets under the breast. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'm like, yes, this is definitely giving. I love her sister. It's interesting when you look at their, they're both, of course, giving confidence, but their outfits really define, like you really can see, like we've been seeing Chloe show more of her body. Like, I know I look good type thing, but her sister is like a subtle type quiet. Like, I know I'm good. I'm not going to put it all in your face like my sister might, but just know I can hit you with it if I want to type thing she got going on. Super cute. I love it. They did a great job. Everybody looks good.
Yeah, this was pleasant. So now let's move on to Zendaya, Lupita, Zoe Kravitz, Serena, and Venus Williams. Now, y'all, I was laughing so hard because what was it? Was it last week or the week before when I said that Venus was giving Windsor, and I had y'all trying to find out if it was Windsor's in Detroit. And I hate that. I mean, I'm not here for the looks right here when it comes to Serena and Venus. Now, Serena did have a real nice after party look, in my opinion. A lot of people was trying to give her slack for it when she had the strapless cocktail dress. I thought she looked good, but this right here is a no for me with the gloves. The gloves is a no. Venus doesn't look so bad. She don't look bad. I like it. It's fine. That's just how I feel about it. It's fine. I wish it was a little bit more, but it's fine. So Zoe, I don't know what it is about Zoe, but Zoe, to me, she enjoys looking very childlike. I feel like she looks about 10. Even whenever she got married a few years back, her wedding dress was very like, I don't know.
She wants to be Audrey Hepburn. That's what it is.
Yes, that makes perfect sense. Very baby doll, baby girl, innocent dolly. Now let me ask y'all this. Did y'all hear the people mad at Zoe Kravitz?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and they should be.
Y'all feel that she was actually intentionally laughing at Beyonce?
Oh wait, no, laughing at Beyonce. I missed
That
that
was a
part.
stretch.
Oh, okay.
Me
I'm
too.
talking
I
about
missed
two
that.
different things. Y'all are talking about okay. So midway gossip, real quick. So the thing that y'all are talking about is whenever people were saying she was sexualizing Jaden Smith.
Well,
Understood.
the beginning of that was her tweet about what happened with Will, and Chris. And it was like, it's just real grandstandy. So you know how the girls do. They went and dug up that shit about her, in the Jaden situation.
Yes. Then they were saying that she was, whenever she presented the award and Beyonce was a nominee for her, she laughed before she read the name and gave the award to Billie Eilish. And people were assuming that she was laughing at the fact that it was not Beyonce.
Which is
So
crazy because it wasn't as if Beyonce was the only other person
Only
at the
person,
Correct.
award.
right?
So it
That
was
was
mad
definitely
people. So that was a
Ex-
complete stretch. It's like, no.
exactly. But Twitter was going in like people really believed that that was why. But
They
all
wanted to
right.
drag her, period, if you ask me.
They
Right.
did want to drag her, and like then people started talking about encounters they had with her and how she is
Ooh,
anti-black
Essence.
woman, and
That Essence story took me the fuck out. The Essence
the
story.
one
Like
where they
somebody
said
who,
you're not our audience.
yes.
Yes, So I guess some black people asked for an interview, and her team said you're not our audience. Yeah, but okay.
I mean,
Um,
have you ever seen her at anything for the black people? I'm just saying. Her mama used to
mm,
be at stuff for the black people, but I'm gonna leave it right there.
Oh wow.
okay. Now, Lupita. I think Lupita herself looks beautiful. Her hair looks beautiful, but I don't like the dress. I think it's too much going on. And I think it has to do with the silhouette of the dress. Like the color itself is pretty, the applique is pretty, but I wish that it had some sort of like cut in the neckline or something. It's just very, very, very modest. I guess that's just what she was going for. Now, Zendaya, girl, you look cute as fuck. That skirt, the crop top, she always looks cute though. And again, she's another one that can walk down the runway and look model-esque in anything that she puts on. So I
It
feel
gives
like
Rihanna.
it does. You're right. It is giving Rihanna a little bit. But yeah, go ahead.
I like it. I like Zendaya's look. I honestly looked at it and was like, damn, that looked like something I wear. Like, I like how the shirt comes up on the sides. I just think it does a beautiful silhouette of her body, and she is so good at posing that she knew exactly what to
That's what
give
it
in
is.
this. Yes, it's
She
the
be killing the
posing. She know
poses.
she's killing the pose. When it comes to Lupita, yeah, on camera, standing in front of me right now, this looks a mess. But on video, on film, during the awards show, it was beautiful, like almost reflecting off of her skin. So when she was sitting, behind Will, you know what I mean? Like it was just really making her skin pop. Like she looked impeccable in all of those little pictures that they put up of her, of all of the memes. She looked amazing.
That's none of my
So that's why,
business. That's what she was giving.
listen, I love the way she was just like,
That's none of
oh,
my
and it was
business.
like, they ain't got to do with me. But yes, no, I think that it doesn't look good in the pictures, but I think on film and sitting in the audience, it looked beautiful. I think you are absolutely right about Zoe, and I think that that's a part of her zhuzh. Like I'm now starting to realize they really do tailor a lot of the actresses to a certain like mold, and I feel like when she first came out, it was all bohemian and shit, like her mom and them.
Yep.
And now it's becoming very Republican. And I'm just, it's tattooed Republican, but it's giving Republican. So yeah, I don't like that framing on her body, but I don't like the hair with the bang because it gives child, like you said. But I think that she herself is just, I mean, there isn't a better mix that those parents of hers could have made. Like she's an impeccable version of the two of them in her face. Serena and Venus. Oh, girl. So the thing that I cannot stand about Serena is always giving that she's with a white man. In one way or another, you can tell from her makeup or her wig or her
Yeah.
clothing. Something gives, I am with a white man.
I
I
know
don't
what
know
you
why.
mean. It be the black girls with the fried leave out, and they be like, "I only date white men" type.
Yes, or the wigs that look like, you know, they're a few years ago, like you can tell it's a wig. Why can we tell it's a wig? We're not supposed to be able to tell. You make too much money. Like and I'm telling you from here, I can tell it's a wig. Her body looks amazing, but I do feel like with her frame, those shoulders that they put on that dress, no, it just to me it does nothing for her figure. This dress, at least in the pose that she's in, like I can see how fine she is, but it does nothing for how beautiful her silhouette is. They could have done better. I almost feel like her team doesn't like her for this look. And Venus, when I look close at Venus's hair and makeup and boobs, I love it. I really love it. But I do also feel like she's another one that needs to give more in the dress department. Like the titties look good, but the dress is lying flat on the floor for me. It's not giving any body, it's not giving any shape. It's just on her body. And I don't prefer it. But her hair and makeup are giving me absolute utter life.
For Serena's dress would have been pretty if she did not have sleeves. The gloves and the sleeves was too much. If she did not have gloves on and no sleeves, the dress would have been amazingly beautiful. And they could have gave her a longer hairstyle, not that bob. With Venus, it's the weird titty shape of the dress that I don't like. I don't know if that's like an oval shape, if it's a salt shaker. I believe she had a nipple slip on the stage.
You said salt shaker.
Yeah, it's like a salt shaker little shape, and I don't
with the silver on top.
Yeah, it's like I don't get what it was given, and she shouldn't have been gave. For Zoe looks like a number 2 pencil, and I don't like the plainness of. It's like if a pencil came to life, it'd be Zoe right here, and I don't like it. The dress is cute, but it's so blah that I don't know what to do with it. And then for Lupita, I love this look on Lupita mainly because I saw it in motion. I love it here too, and because I know what it looked like elsewhere, that's why I think I love it the most. It's her skin tone that blends into the goldness of it to where it looks like she could be a statue coming to life, and I just love the look on her. And Zendaya, you know, she's just fashion, so she can't, you know, I haven't seen her do wrong yet, so it's like that's what it is.
Right, it's easy.
Serena, I like the top part, but when we get to the navel area and you see the gloves and stuff, I just don't like anything below that part. She could have done a better job. Her sister looks gorgeous in the face, but that dress is so awkward to me. But it definitely held her breast up. As awkward as it's sitting at the top, it held her breast in place. I thought it was nice. Miss Zoe, she looks like a child here with this bang. I don't know. I don't like the dress. The color's pretty. That's it. Lupita, I don't like this at all. This outfit, I hate it so much. Zendaya, I'm not a fan of what you got on either with this white collar top, crop top try at the Oscars with this skirt. You know what it gave me? Zendaya gave me, I'm not gonna dress up for you, mother. I'm not gonna do it. They had video surfacing of her on her phone while these people up there. I'm like, talking about bored. Zendaya came there to do a job and then go home. That was it. She really didn't even want to be there. So I can't really fault her for not getting super dressed up to attend the awards. That's all that I have.
Somebody better tell Zoe that all the mixed girls fall off after a few years, as Paula Patton and Zoe Saldana. Highly stayed relevant because she knew we had her back. I talked about that today in my video, that because Hailey always kept her connection to Black people, that's the reason why she is relevant right now, because she isn't acting that much, but she's on social media and the Black girls are eating her up. Thank you for the super chat. You know, thank you for that. Thank you on her behalf. And you ain't never lied about Paula Patton, girl, but that show on BET Plus is good. And Zoe is not mixed; she's Dominican. So I Dominican, I know Black. Okay, Carrie L, thank you too. Zoe also supports Alex Wang. Oh yeah,
I didn't notice I was muted this whole time.
Oh, I was wondering.
I
I
was
can't
like,
see
I
nothing.
was,
We
I
weren't
was
sure. Thought you were having mic issues like me.
Right?
you know,
Look, I was
said,
just
why
gonna
is
keep
me
reading
and Bonnie
them.
reading at the same time.
I'm about to, she text Bonnie and said, Bonnie, read for me, because I was.
No, I was muted. But go ahead, Bonnie. You can finish this one.
She said he R's trans women. He R trans women dated someone who abused other women and said Johnny Depp allegations were none of her business. Okay. That's a lot, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to put it all together, but
I'm gonna have
we
to do
get
some
it.
more. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
saying I don't believe it, but I definitely want to know the tea. So I'm about to do some more research.
Yeah, we gotta do some research.
All right. Thank you, Jamie Carter. She says the stylist got to be on strike. I only really love like 6 looks. Tragic. All right. I think, yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss any. All right. So let's move into the third of 4 looks. Now, this one I wanted to look at all the couples. So we got Maya Rudolph and her husband, Jay-Z, Beyonce, of course, and then we have Niecy Nash and her wife. I cannot remember her name.
Jessica Betts.
Jessica Betts. Thank y'all. I saw it in my head, but I was like, I don't know if that's right. Niecy Nash is not gonna let us forget her wife's name. She is in love, screaming into the rooftops. So you said we both are. I knew you were gonna say something like that, Bonnie, when we got to this part. You was like, my type, brown skin. I was like, that's what Bonnie gonna say once I put this picture up.
Brown skin, nice teeth, abso-fucking-lutely. Good face. Yes. No, I love Jessica.
So low key, y'all, I do like Maya's look. I just saw somebody in the comments say, Maya, no, I liked Maya's look. It looked better when she was standing alone. Like when she was walking, and it was just like a flow. It looked good when she was walking. She was standing alone. So I'm not mad at it. No comments for her husband. I mean, he just looked regular.
He looked
Is he
angry.
an actor?
He looked like Lorenz Tate in the Rain on Me video. Like, you better make sure they take a picture of us together.
Now, Jay-Z, he looked good. I like the bow tie. Looks like an expensive one. Beyonce, what? And I wish he had a picture of that tennis ball bag. I think they said it was like a $40,000 purse that she was packing that was crystallized in diamonds. That whole neon look was nice. And this is another one of those cape things that I was talking about that looks super cute. Queen Latifah had a look that was very similar to this. So last but not least is Niecy Nash. She looks beautiful. I didn't like the purse though. The purse said something like wifey for life or something like that. And it was just giving me the vibes of like wearing a hers and hers t-shirt on the red carpet. Like, girl, we know you got her standing right next to you. I wish you would have just done like a more elegant, just plain purse rather than like text. Like, we get it. I'm happy for you, Niecy. So what y'all think?
Okay, so somebody said that Maya Rudolph's husband needed to be there because he was a director of something. So, no disrespect, we just don't know him. But we don't know a lot of white directors. So there's that. I feel like Maya is given like 60s Diana Ross, and it makes me remember on Living Single when they did the 60s episode Up the Ladder to the Roof. I feel like they had on maybe something similar to this. I can't think of exactly what I'm thinking about, but it's given 60s. And I wonder if it was like an ode to her mom in some way. Y'all know Maya Rudolph's mom is Minnie Riperton, the singer. And this just looks like something that her mom would have had in a closet that she would have had wrapped in plastic that she could just pull out and wear at any old time.
Thing.
You know what I'm saying?
When I saw her, I was thinking, I wonder if she thought about like her mom, or she was like, I'm used to this era. This is what, this is where I'm from, this era.
Yes, it's not loungewear, y'all. That's not 70s loungewear. That's not. That's literally something I have seen a whole bunch of girl groups from the 60s and 70s perform in. But yes, Beyonce. Beyonce can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned. Like there's really nothing. Like it's perfection. It's perfection down to the freckles on her titties. Like it's the décolletage, it's the earrings, it's the ponytail, it's the makeup, it's the face that seems to be aging backwards. It's the body, it's the boobs that somehow have gotten bigger since the twins. It is everything, including the extremely expensive rich black man with Basquiat locks on top of his head standing next to her. It is everything. And I feel like Niecy Nash and Jessica Betts are giving you the lesbian, less expensive version of what Beyonce and Jay-Z are giving. You know what I'm saying?
The same thing. Yep.
I don't know the lesbian version.
Well, you know, because it's probably, listen, Jessica's suit is obviously not as expensive as Jay-Z's. Beyonce and Niecy's dresses might cost the same, but based off what you said about the purses, we know the budget wasn't the same. So yeah, they're just the lower lesbian level of what, but that's still a compliment. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Necey looks amazing in this color, and that the ruching around her boobs and her face with the leg out, girl, like it's everything.
I like Maya's outfit. It gave me Dream Girl, Diana Ross, Supremes at the show performing. And it's what someone would wear to an award show if it was in the 60s and maybe the 70s. So I completely got it. Plus, she's a bit, she's a bit older. Not like, I'm saying, but she's a little bit. So I loved it. And when you saw it in motion, it was very, very cute too. Here, I can see how it may not look the best, but it was really, really cute in other photos. I love Jay-Z's suit jacket. I love the cut of it, the color of it, how it just looks expensive. It looks like it costs the amount that someone's house costs and he don't care. And then Beyonce dress, I love it. Even though I think it's also simple, I think it's the color and the fit that makes it amazing. Even her hair and the earrings, and she does it amazingly good. With Necey and Jessica, I did not like Necey's look that much. I thought the ruff around the neck was too ruffly. I wanted like a little bit less of it, but I love the silhouette of the whole look of the train and the split in the thigh and the shoe. Okay, I love her hair and her makeup. It was just, I didn't much love the ruff around the neck. Jessica's suit looks like Men's Warehouse, but the expensive section, which is fine. And then even her purse would say wifey for life. And the sex space comment, sometimes I find it weird when people who own like there are multiple of marriages is saying like something's for life. I would like, just be happy, and let that
yes, Jaylee.
Having a whole person wife for life, but it's your third marriage, to me, it's like, but we don't know that yet. You know what I'm saying? Second. No, it's her third.
No, it's her third. Yeah,
it's her third marriage. So,
but I agree with you though. I totally agree. Like, girl, calm down.
Not that I don't want them to work out. Not that I don't think she should be happy to be in or whatever. But I'm like, we thought the first two would be for life, and that wasn't. Now you with your person was fine. But like, what I'm saying, this gonna quiet down a little bit.
Let's just take it a day at a time. Let's take it a day at a time.
Thank you for the super chat, Nee. I gotta shout out the chat because I'm thoroughly impressed that a lot of y'all are spelling Necey's name the way I spell my name. Because usually it's the opposite. Usually people be spelling. Yeah, people respond to me in my comments with the I, but y'all talk about Necey Nash without the I, and I'm like, that lets me know that iPhone has detected that y'all type my name in.
Oh,
I love
you. Can tell that Necey is of this generation because when I tell you, oh my God, about that. I didn't realize I was cutting people off. I am so sorry.
Oh, girl, you good. This is a chat. We run our show how we want to run it.
Go ahead, Jamie.
Yeah, go ahead, Jamie.
I'm done.
Necey, I like her outfit. I first of all, I love all of the colors. Okay, springtime is on the way. I'm loving all of the bright colors. I think Necey looks beautiful. Love the outfit. I like the color of suit that her wife chose. It wasn't anything like like the black suit or whatever like that. So I like that she chose this color. And for some reason, I mean, I can't see her face close up, but it's definitely giving me Corey Harding a little bit. So yeah, I think she looks nice, and I think they look nice together. They did a great job. Yeah, Tia husband. Not that she looks like that, like period. I'm just saying from where I'm sitting and looking at this picture, it's making me think of Corey Hardy.
Oh, okay.
What else? Miss Beyonce, girl, come on for these sleeves or whatever you got going on. This yellow, this fitted dress. Whew, girl, looking like a whole lot of money. I don't know why Jay-Z looked like a statue to me, but he does look nice. They both look like they could
like
just take
figures.
them and sit them inside of a wax museum. Right.
I wonder what they drinking at home. I need it.
They look good.
They got something that we ain't on to just yet.
Clearly. Their level. I think that's what it is. We're not on that yet. But they look good. What's this woman's name? Maya Rudolph. I really like this orange color, and I think that she came and she was pretty comfortable. I do understand that it's giving 70s, 80s dream girls, because it is, but it's also giving nightgown 2022. I'm leaving the Oscars and I'm going straight to bed. For me. But she looks cute, and I think they did a great job. It was the second category that was the worst.
All right, so the last and final one, y'all, is Tiffany Haddish and Meg the Stallion. But we had to show Tiffany in look 1, look 2, looking like fame, looking like wealth, because this is what she does. Y'all, it is the first dress for me, the emerald. She knew to step out in that first. That literally, y'all, is probably one of the most beautiful red carpet dresses that I feel like I have seen, especially with that necklace, the neckline. Her body looks amazing, and she's giving face with the short hair. Like, that first one is everything. I wish she would have read that white lady to the ground in this dress. The second dress, it looks like money, okay, but it is also giving me prom. I think it's the color. I think it's that soft seafoam, soft teal combination that the girls used to do in the early 2000s when they went to prom, and they had the shawls that they would wrap behind their shoulders, and then they would have the clutch. So the second dress, I'm not really feeling as much. Now, Meg the Stallion, okay. I think, 2 weeks ago, we were saying that she was or maybe it was last week, she was at, Billboards. And I think we said she was giving the same look that she always does, the Jessica Rabbit, the thigh slit. But I see what you were saving for, because Meg looks beautiful with all her hair pulled back. She don't have the 26-inch bundles, which is always a look too. But this right here gives elegant, it's giving face, face card always on. And then if she'd had a picture from the front, you would have been able to see that cutout in her side a little bit more. And I don't know if y'all watch her Instagram, like Life in a Day, but she been on her fitness, dieting, and all that other stuff. And I think her body looks great.
I agree.
I love Tiffany's first look. I think Tiffany has really stepped into her own as a fashion red carpet. I'm not gonna come looking crazy, and I think like this year she really came to her own. I feel like that it's, to me, when I said how Zoe Kravitz looked like a pencil, I think this is a way to do a simple straight dress look, but make it look amazingly well on your body, to where you kind of show your shape, but it's not like skin tight. Because like we can't see her body outprint, we can see her body outprint. And then the second look, which she wore to the Vanity Fair after party, the reason I love it is because I can see, one, you want to have something on the bottom that's loose to dance in, but two, I'm like the scarf is so that when you're drunk and going home, you put the scarf over your head and they can't see you and it's cover up. So I'm like, I love the look, and I love how it's like, it looked like money. It looked expensive, but it also looked like I'm going to go party a little bit, have some fun. Meg looks amazing. I think it's a different silhouette. I love her skin tone. I like her skin matches the dress. To me, it fits like a glove. And I love how the shoes match. Her hair is simple. And I mean, she looks gorgeous. I love the jewelry accessories on her, the ring. It's a great look. It's great.
Megan looks so cute. I love the hair pull back. Everybody came with like their hair out their face or something. I like it, except for Zoe. But this looks really cute. I really like the color too. So pretty. Different outfit. She gave us something different. I mean, of course, it's the Oscars, right? She got invited. She had to hit us with a little something different. And I love it. Like the jewelry, all of that. They did a good job with Megan. Tiffany, love both of the looks. I'm with you, Necey. It's something about the first one that you gravitate to the most. I was like, Tiffany stepped out the house like she had a point to prove and let Mr. Common know what he's missing out on or something. Baby girl came, and I really like the blonde hair on her. I wasn't too sure, but these waves in her head, like I think the darker green really complements her hair. And I see the switch up in the makeup that they did with the darker outfit. They gave her like lighter makeup versus with the lighter one, they gave her like darker makeup or whatnot. But I like the green one too. She got a lot of different things going on, and I think that's just super cute. The ladies did great. I love that first one.
I like them all. I like them all. I'm really on my green shit right now. So I'm loving the first one. Like, first of all, emerald is my birthstone. So I really love this. I love the hair on her. I love the necklace that she's wearing with it. That's exactly how I would have styled the look myself. So I love it. The second look is not as impressive as the first, and I think it's because of the shawl. If she didn't have the shawl around her neck, I think that it would look much better. The shawl is giving like an old lady vibe, but I do feel like if it was raining out there, or if it was just the slightest bit of wind gust, bitch, I might have wanted a shawl too. You know what I'm saying? And what's a shawl that's gonna actually look pretty with this dress? You know what I'm saying? I felt like it might have been raining that day, and she just kind of wanted to make sure she had something to cover her hair on the way back to the car, because them finger waves, that take a long time to set, and don't nobody want, have their finger waves fucked up the next day. You want that to last a week. And then Megan, oh my God, Megan. I love everything. The skin is glowing, the décolletage, the makeup, the ponytail, the baby hair, the dress, the color of the dress, the shoes. It's everything.
Okay. Man, that's the fashions, y'all. That's the fashions. Y'all already know what time it is. Right after fashions, we get into we talking about this shit. Y'all. I cannot. Oh my gosh. And my Jocelyn Hernandez was, my goodness. It's tough. I thought since took a week off, we would come back to something different. I thought we would come back to something different, but we really did not. And am I freezing? My signal is like tripping.
It was a little bit of sputtering for this.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay. So I watched the episode last night. Didn't take a lot of notes. Literally notes I sent you was the notes that I took. I used emojis and everything. And then today I watched the after show. So let's talk about Stephen Noy first, okay? So Noy, y'all know she lives in the imaginary world of wanting to have 3 kids because she thinks that 3 kids equals a family. But we also know Steve is self-employed, and that's the constant issue that's going on. So she's trying to prove or get proof from him that he can take care of children one day. So they spend the whole episode with him taking care of the dog. Now they get into a little bit of a disagreement over equal effort in the home. I think they were trying to talk about like, hey, you clean this, I'll clean that. Steve suggests to Noy, hey, let's split the house duties. I'll clean one bathroom, you clean the other. And Noy was like, you can kiss my ass because you have more time than me. So did y'all watch the episode?
I did.
Okay,
I wasn't able to
stay annoyed.
I wasn't able to, but I saw a review of the after show, girl.
Okay, so you basically saw it. So Noy says you can kiss my ass. She ends up going to dinner with Sriracha, which is her brother's additional personality, so her sister in this situation. And that's what they called her on the after show, her sister. So Sriracha is a different person than Michael. Anyway, so on the I was gonna say after show. Anyway, her brother basically lit her up and was like, "So what are you gonna do about it? Like, are you staying? You leaving? What you gonna do? You talking all this stuff? What you gonna do?" She goes to posting on social media again with these ominous ass quotes, and then when she comes back home, she tells Steve that she isn't sure if she should be married. She isn't sure if if they should move in together either because she doesn't know if she's ready. And Steve is like, "Well, what do you mean you're already married?" And she's like, "I don't know. There's plenty of married couples that live separately." So, my opinion, y'all, when it comes to household duties, I think Noy is right. I think that Steve should do a majority of the household duties if you ain't going nowhere. If you living off savings, money, okay, just take away the money. If you don't have nothing but time, why is that shit not already done by the time I get home from work? So I'm not mad at Noy for saying no, I'm not about to do that. Now, as far as Noy not wanting to live with Steve, I have a strong feeling that it's because she doesn't trust him, and she hasn't seen him produce any income since they've been together, which is fair, regardless of if he's self-employed or not. She doesn't have proof. So I think she's afraid that once they move in together, she like, nah, he not gonna mess my shit up. I want to see that he's capable of taking care of himself. And if that's the lifestyle he wants to live, then he can drive off that cliff alone. So I understand where she's coming from, but it's not logical. So what y'all think about Steve and Noy?
I don't like Noy. Noy gets on my nerves. I feel like I'm torn on the whole thing of her saying, well, because I work and you don't, you should do mostly all the housework. The reason I don't agree with that is because just because I've chosen to save my money to not work does not mean I want to be the housekeeper. I think that's a conversation based on, can you afford the money to clean the house? But I don't want anyone. Like, if I was the woman who saved money to not work, you can't then tell me, well, I'm not a housekeeper because I'm not working. No, I live a life of luxury. I'm gonna pay someone to come and clean my house. So I see her point in saying that, but at the same time, I don't agree. I think, it's a conversation. Not, hey, go walk the dogs, wash the dishes, do the laundry, clean. I don't know. But as far as her not wanting them to live together, and when she said, well, I would want to that if I was married, I'm like, but you came on the show to marry somebody, so why are you now saying let's not move in together? I know she has this whole notion that she don't trust that he can support them, but she's not saying that. If you can jokingly say kiss my ass, you can also say, I want to know that you can afford to pay stuff before I move in with you. I just feel like she full of shit. I feel like she just likes having issues with Steve because he don't have, her main issue is he don't have a job. I can't see him go to work and have an issue with that. And I think that's her main issue. But when they asked her on the after show, how much money does he have to have for you to be okay? And she said 40,000.
Yeah,
like,
that wasn't
a lot
enough.
of money. I'm like,
you are so right. Well, I was thinking she was gonna say, like, for me, in my mind, I feel like if you're not going to work and you're going to live on savings, to me, that means you have an entire year's worth of salary saved. Like anything you will make in a regular year, you just have that saved. So for him to be a sales engineer, I'm like, you at least need to have 100,000, somewhere in six figures saved to be as comfortable as you are. So I agree with you.
For me, I personally feel like this is stupid. Ask for a fucking bank statement and get over it. Like that's all you need to do. Ask for a bank statement and get over it. Y'all are married. You need reassurance that he's not a bum. Ask for a fucking bank statement. I don't understand why that's not something he would provide for her, seeing as though you can just give her 1 month. You ain't got to give her, your whole year's salary. You give her 1 month of what your statement looks like, and that'll let her know whether you got money and can afford the lifestyle that you're living. But I also feel like Noy is being annoying to me because at the end of the day, if he's paying for things, if he has his own place, if he hasn't asked you for money, if you haven't paid for a date, like if he has been paying for things and himself, then that should let you know financially he's okay. To me, when she said 40,000 on the after show, I was just kind of like, yeah, girl, that's not a lot of money at all. So the fact that that's all you thinking about, that really makes me feel like this is all about a picture in your head. And as somebody that works from home, or that just is home. Like, I don't want, like, when I tell you he is Lyric works outside of this house, but he is responsible for doing shit around this house. I don't give a fuck how much I'm home. I don't care.
But you work, Bondi. Steve
I do work.
is not in a contract right now, so he's telling her that he's employed, but she hasn't seen proof.
I don't care if he won't sit around. Listen,
so if he's not working at all, you still think he needs to? You still think?
What does his day look like though? Because do y'all know how much it takes to clean up behind two people all the time? Like, I'm just saying, as a person that is mostly responsible for that, that's a lot. Like, I don't know what y'all.
It take that much if you don't have a job. Like, if you don't have a job and your job is to keep the house clean and you do it daily, I don't.
Does he not do anything?
Like, he doesn't have any responsibilities. He's not in any contracts right now, so he can go to the gym.
But just because he don't go to work, don't mean he don't have other stuff to do. And I think his thing is, I think his thing was, I'm not going to not clean, but I'm not going to be the only one cleaning in a space that we both share.
That's
Jamie.
Listen,
go ahead and co-sign with me, Jamie.
No, I'm about to tell you. I'm about to say that's not realistic. That's not realistic.
I can't stand Noi. I cannot say. I honestly think that Noi is lazy as hell.
I don't like the bitch.
Yeah, I think she's lazy, and I think she likes to hold over his head the fact that he don't got a job right now. She likes to apply that type of pressure, like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. But high key, she's really hiding behind the fact that she's lazy as hell. And the idea that she has for their marriage is really not her own. It's the idea of what others thinks that she should have. And I actually was a bit annoyed the way that she annoyed literally. But I was annoyed with her with how she kept suggesting he do things for this motherfucking dog that you brought into this relationship. That bothered me so much. And I'm just like, when he asked you to at least, we got 2 bathrooms at the end of the day, like, just choose one to clean up. Like, even when he do get a job, it makes me feel like the foundation that's going to be set right when he do get a job, if he decides to do that, whatever, he's the person. What I've been seeing on the show is him doing more stuff than Noi. Noi couldn't even cook no noodles and get that together. So she's a lazy person to me. So once he gets a job, the expectation is going to be for him to do the job and then do everything else around the house, because the standard was never set for her. And then what's the excuse going to be now? So I mean, that's just me. Everybody got something.
It's unrealistic. I'm telling you, as two people living in a house right now, it is unrealistic for me to be responsible. And I know it's because I have shit to do, but I also feel like there are days when I don't have anything to do, and I could choose to do nothing if I feel like it. Like, I literally cannot work if I feel like it on any given day of the week, and I still feel like I cannot every fucking like day of the week keep this house in tip-top shape by the time this nigga get off from work and have food cooked. It's just not possible some days. So I feel like it's not realistic for us to assume that she can do no work. Like, bitch, you at least need to do your own laundry.
At least, like, you got your dog at the least.
And when it comes to the dog,
that's your dog.
When it comes to the dog, but whenever you marry, the dog is her family. So whenever she marries him, he's now the father of the dog.
Yeah, you do have to help me with the dog.
So, and I'm glad you said that, Necey. So with that being said, now that we're married and things become joined, how is it fair for him to be the person to solely take on certain tasks?
You see what I'm saying? Financially, it doesn't. And Necey, it doesn't matter if he's working. It matters financially how he's contributing. So at the end of the day, if she's not paying for things primarily, he does not have to be at the house being Susie homemaker, so to speak. You know,
I don't know. I mean, you know, I always go back to this. I understand where she's coming from because, all right, I don't know if y'all ever worked in fast food. When I was in high school, I worked at Sonic and I worked at Starbucks. And if you're not moving, you're not working. So you need to pick up a broom. You need to do something. So with Steve, he's telling her, you know, I have income, but she's not seeing him have to, like, he says that she hasn't paid for anything. Well, guess what? Y'all's rent is paid for. Y'all's dinner dates is paid for because y'all are on the show. So it's like, I understand where her fear is coming from because he's saying these things, But back to what Bonnie said, ask for a damn bank statement so we can move on.
Simple.
Because we're not getting.
I feel like that's more of an issue than him not having a job. It's the fact that if I ask you about something and you're skating around, hey Maurice, how are you? If you're skating around giving me an answer, then there's gonna be, a problem. I think that's where she need to focus at, more so than the fact that he ain't got no job. You see what I'm saying? Like, I done asked you multiple times to show me some security, and you haven't shown that. That's what she should be more concerned.
That's the biggest issue. Yes, I agree.
Her issue should not be, I'm working from home all day and you don't have a job, so I should not have to do anything. You should do it all. I don't agree with that, because my thing is, if I've saved money to not have to work, I didn't do that to be a fucking housekeeper. Like, I'm not the maid around this bitch.
Well,
like, I'm going to clean up.
You don't hire one.
Listen, I ain't gonna cleaning lady do all the household duties, but I'm the only one going to work for 8 hours.
I love my cleaning. Look, my cleaning, I love her, because my thing is I don't have time to do that shit. And if Steve has saved money to be able to travel the world for 2 months, and he now still isn't working, my thing is he has saved enough to live a life of leisure. And no one should then say to you, well, because you don't have to work and I have to work, then you should be the maid round to be. No.
Yeah, no.
And that people gonna get tired of that. Whoever's the person in the house having to pick up after the other, themselves and your dog or your children,
it's a lot.
They're gonna get tired at some point, and they're gonna feel like
go back to work.
It's not a partnership.
And I didn't even think about the dog, y'all. That's why I was saying, like, you gotta walk the dog, you gotta clean up. Sometimes you get up in the morning and shit to clean up.
It is her
lazy.
They make messes. The other person, and then Noy is this trifling. I bet you any money that Noy makes mess for him to clean. Like, he'll have everything nice, and she come in like a fucking wrecking ball. Leave a cup right here. Use a spoon. Leave it on the counter.
You know why I believe that so much, Bondi? I believe that so much because he's a minimalist. So if he reduced everything down to not having a whole lot, that's why he's telling her to clean up, because he don't make a lot of the mess that she made. He already ain't got SHI anyway. That's Noy lazy. That's just what it is. And we're going to see that. That's going to be revealed more.
Like the entitled trifling girl. Like, you don't get that vibe.
And she really feel like she right. Like, on the after, she was like, well, no, I do think
provide a bank statement. He needs to provide a bank statement. And I want the savings to be on there as well. Thank you.
But I don't think he really, when he said her issue is, I may not be working. He said, my issue is when we stay married, she may not really be into this how she needs to be, because she wants things her way. So how do I know she's even fit to be in this marriage? Like the 3-kid thing. Yeah, so it's like, you don't really see my bank account yet, because I may not want to be married to you for long.
Noy has her flaws. Noy has her flaws. I
think that's really what it is. He don't want to show her the account because he don't know if he's gonna be here at the end of this process. Like, bitch, if I stay with you, I might show you my money, but I ain't about to just be showing you my motherfucking money. I don't know you like that. I could put my dick in you.
I mean, he might pull a Gil. He might pull a Gil, but let's move on to the next couple. So, shit, I don't want to fuck with them right now.
Gone. These two are annoying too.
These two gonna be easy, okay?
Please tell me what happened.
And Mark, they blow up again. So Mark comes up with this amazing idea to create some sort of schedule. They're gonna come up with rules, no phones from this hour to this hour. They're gonna do so much to make their relationship better. So Lindsay says he comes home the next day. He doesn't follow any of the rules that he set out on that piece of paper or dry erase board or whatever. They end up getting into an argument, and I really don't know what else other than the fact that they're arguing with each other.
Over stupid stuff. Something so small. Like tasting. Like she wanted him to put his fry in her dressing or something she had. He didn't even want to do that. And then it led to like another big blow up. I was like,
I stopped paying attention to them.
They don't listen to each other.
Lindsay and Marking.
Yes.
They don't. She doesn't. She wants him to communicate his feelings, but when he starts, she always interrupts him and never lets him get everything out. That's why he's like, can I talk? But also, when she gets upset with him, she lashes out and says a lot of negative things about him, which shows the very thing she does not like about him, which makes me think she's not going to be happy with him down the road. So y'all shouldn't even be together, because a lot of the stuff she be mentioning kind of be sounding like deal breakers a bit. The way she be going off. So it's like, just leave him where he at.
I'm sorry.
And the fact that he don't stick to the stuff he say he gonna do is like, girl, let Mark go. This was a cute process.
Your eye open?
But let him go.
Stop.
Because I feel
Nobody
like
sees
it's about
it
to
but
start
you.
getting smart.
Nobody sees it but you.
What is she doing?
What?
You hold her fucking eye open because
What?
shit about to start getting like Tory. Shit about to start getting lazy.
Oh my God.
No, for real. I wasn't even paying attention that I was doing it. But I was also laughing.
I'm listening to Jamie Rice. I'm like, look, I said, why is she holding her eye open?
Don't fail me. Don't
You
fail
trying
me.
to see? Trying to cheat?
Don't fail me. That's why sometimes I just be having the glasses on. But tonight I was like, let me put on these contacts with the bun. Okay, this comment took me out. Omar says that Noy's sister looked like Mariah from Married to Medicine.
I'm not gonna disrespect Mariah like that.
I'm not gonna do that either.
Why? I think it was the contacts. It was the contacts and the contouring. That's why I thought
Leave
that
Mariah
was funny.
alone.
I missed it.
Lindsay
Not Mariah.
I mean,
I feel
listen. Go ahead, Jenny. Unless you want to eat,
Lindsay,
and I can go ahead.
I had a little pickle.
Maybe
I feel like Lindsay.
Oh, now you got me one.
I feel like Mark's issue is I want to communicate the issues. And when he started to say real calmly, real nice white man, like, you know, this is what I feel or whatever, Lindsay goes into crazy white woman mode. And then she talks to him, which makes him being like, okay, but I just want to say. So they should not be together, for one. I still feel like she over responds to him trying to have a conversation. She goes to whatever negative place she wants to go to. And then he just trying to get out of it. And seeing Olajuwon and Noy say how he's the most non-confrontational person. And because she know that, she go there to win the argument. Because she know he'll shut down. And then he'll try to be nicey to make her, like, I guess, be nice to him or whatever. And she just likes that. It's the stupidest shit
she
ever.
likes to chase or something.
Yeah, and I just want them to break up. I feel like they are not a good match. Period. Like she needs to be somewhere else with somebody else. But I don't fault Mark because I see him trying to like just talk to her. And when she comes back with the bullshit, he's like, well, look, he shuts down. They just not a match.
I think she used to having peace in her life.
Yeah, but I also think she needs to take some accountability for the lack of peace in her life. Like, bitch, you cause a lot of the issues because you don't know how to just scoot the fuck back and stay out of people's shit, first of all. Then you don't know how to listen to him even when you're feeling away. But I also feel like Mark is a passive-aggressive douchebag. He's never clear on how he feels. He pretends as if he likes her to her face and then says shit in a confessional and then says shit after the show like that girl forced herself on him. And I don't like that because I feel like you're a grown-ass man and all you would have to do is raise up on Lindsay one fucking time and you would have that ass in check. You might have to raise up once every 6 months to just keep her in check like a prescription, okay? You just go every 6 months, hey, bitch! You know, like... You ain't gotta call her a bitch, but you know it needs to be in that area, okay? She needs to
say it with your chest.
Yes, you have to say it with your chest so she can back the fuck off for you. Yes, and he never does that except for when he's in front of other people fronting on their behalf, which she doesn't respect. Like when he did that shit at the bowling alley, it was like, fuck Katina right now. What are you doing? Like, calm down. You know, like be like this on your behalf when y'all are in private, okay? And also read her down too. Read her down too for her dirty feet and the cats being on the counters and you know, tasting dog, you know, cat hair and shit in the Kool-Aid. Like, tell her about herself. You know what I'm saying? But I also feel like the reason why he doesn't is so he can continue to use her. He realizes that she will do for him. And I believe based on what we know about Mark is a fucking user.
And that's why I feel like he's going to say yes at decision day because he knows she's gonna, like, she would take care of him.
Yeah, he gives him a lot of energy in a way.
I think he's gonna say no.
I pray he say no.
I think he's trying to play nice for the cameras. I don't think he wants to stay with her at the end of the day. I think
she's gonna say no. Thank you for the super chat, Octavia. She says, and the camera is always there listening through the door. She be telling all that man business. Oh, hell yeah. She took me out when she said that he shit with the door open. I never did that. I was
Okay,
in
see, that's
tears.
not a mate you want to have. She gonna air you
No,
out.
don't expose me. All right, let's move on to an easier couple, and then we're gonna get to the two clowns at the end. So the easier couple is Jasmina and Michael. And Jasmina got all this damn attitude, but ain't got her damn driver's license. You want to boss people around, you can't even drive yourself to the damn mailbox. Girl, I can't. So Michael decides to teach her how to drive, which is really cute. They're getting along. They're at the peak of their relationship. But she has a phone call with her mom where she tells her mom that even though things are good, after 1 month, she has no feelings for him. So I'm just like, Jasmina, I feel like she's trying to create an issue because she knows that she's actually falling for this guy. I don't see how y'all could hang the way that y'all hang and then you say you don't have feelings for him. You told him that she was attracted physically to his arms and stuff like that. So I think Jasmina, she just is afraid to be close to somebody and she's so irritating. So I think that mentally she's telling herself that you don't have feelings for him while producing feelings for him. So this is nothing but a bunch of bullshit in my opinion.
Yeah, I think she definitely is started. Like they even laugh. They have their own inside jokes and stuff, and you could tell. So I think she definitely has feelings for him. She, like you said, she just afraid, doesn't want to believe that. But then some part of me feels like it's still only a month that they've been married. So I feel like maybe she's not deep where she feels she needs to be, but I think she should acknowledge the feelings that she do have. Okay, I feel like Michael is definitely starting to open himself up to her, no matter how many times he ends up, hitting the brick wall, or he still tries to open up. I also think it was really nice of him to try and teach her how to drive, because there are a lot of people that still don't know, as grown as they are, based on, I guess, like some traumatic reasons that she mentioned. But I thought that was nice, and it was a good little moment for them to, try and come together. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I think she being fake because when you've been hanging around somebody for a month, you at least have some kind of feeling. Like, it don't take you that long to get some kind of, like, you don't have to love him, but you have to know at least, like, you know what? I like him. I probably want to fuck him, just not right now. So I feel like her saying, like, I don't have any feelings because she don't want no feelings. And she's okay just kind of blaming it on because he's a stranger. I don't know him that well yet. I'm like, no, in real life, if you're dating someone for a month, you have an inkling if you want to be with him. So her, like, I don't have any feelings. You lying. You full of shit. You maybe not like him at all, which is cool. That's fine. But don't make it seem as if, well, I'm trying, you not trying. I think she been gave up on them working things out, but she wants to get to the end. Like, she's a less vindictive, the white girl who left from the beginning of the episode.
I forgot her name. Was it Melissa, Jessica? I forgot her name.
The girl we ain't liked. I think she's like that, except she's not ignoring him. She's playing the emotions of it all, but she's just saying, like, I don't really want to be with him. It's my type. I think that's what, but I don't like the fakeness coming from her because you see them getting along. So how can you not have any feelings if you like laughing and like joking with him? There has to be something there unless you're a fucking robot.
Mm-hmm. She wanted the DICK though. The way she was leaning on his back when he was cooking, I was like, girl, just say you want it. Why y'all haven't talked about it? You want to get on it. See what it's here for.
I do believe that. I do believe that. I just feel, I think that whatever's going on down, there, it's probably
Center of gravity.
Yes. And
who hit the ding?
That was my text.
It came right on time. I feel like she does want to fuck him, and I think she likes the fact that he's sweet to her, regardless of how much of an asshole she is to him. But I wonder if she's going to continue to emotionally abuse him to the point that he's going to have to let her go. Because unlike women, a lot of men are not going to stay there for that shit too long. They'll fuck if you're beautiful. They'll fuck with you for a minute. But eventually, they're going to shake your ass off if you're not giving them emotionally what they feel like they need. So Jasmina is going to have to decide whether she's faking it or she's really with it. Because a part of me agrees with Jay Lee. Like, you faking it because you just want to be on the show to the end like Alyssa old punk ass. You just want to continue.
She maybe just need some pain. And then once that happens, she gonna have some act right. Okay, Michael, sorry.
And I would love to see that. I would love to see little Michael just go ahead and reel her in. Hey, Jazz, calm down, Jazz. I would love to see it.
Yeah. All right. We didn't work ourselves to talk about yeah.
Please tell me.
I see they got their clown mask on like they always
left and I missed it.
So you know,
please tell me.
Clown Seer and Clownette Jr. So, last week, the big deal was that, Katina had the dating app on her phone that she didn't use. And Olajuwon waited until he got in public to basically embarrass him and abuse her in front of everybody. So they get back home. She arguing, she didn't know. So she goes over to Michael and Jasmina's house to vent and talk about it. And everything that she was saying in that moment was logical. It was like, he's not putting into practice what we talked about. Why would I want to be with somebody if this happens? Or, he shouldn't have done that. She is thinking logically, talking to them. Next day, they pop on camera. Hey, we talked everything out. Everything's good now. Yada, yada, yada. And she talking about, I understood where he was coming from. I understand where he's coming from and how it made him feel. So basically, you saying that y'all are good because you understood where he was. He never once was he like, I understood where she was coming from until he got on the after show. And that's the part that's funny to me. You knew people was lighting your ass up on the internet, Olajuwon. So that's the only reason why you came on the after show saying, yeah, I did too much. Yeah, I trust her. But you basically brainwashed this girl into what I say goes. And she knew that she was only going to win that fight if she apologized for something that she wasn't really 100% guilty for. So I hate to see that she convinced herself that she was the one who needed to compromise and actually believe that she did something wrong. This is a cycle of abuse. This abuse is real ugly. And, I'm tired of just seeing the two of them at this point.
I want off this ride. I want off this ride. It's just too much. I want to punch. I want to Will Smith, Olajuwon in the face. And it's just aggravating that when he was talking to Michael and Michael was trying to be rational about, well, do you believe her? Do you think? And he we know it. She's been married for a month. I took off my stuff. Bitch, it's the app that she don't use that was on her phone. So you made a huge deal about it and then basically made her feel sorry for you when she didn't do shit wrong. It's the dumbest shit ever. And when he said something about, well, it's her actions. Her actions haven't shown you anything different. The app don't mean shit if her actions have been cool since then. So I can't wait for Olajuwon to get back into the real world of life, and he just looks like a complete asshole from this whole season. And I can't wait for somebody to snatch Katina's ass up, because hopefully she see herself being dumb and she has learned from seeing herself being dumb and know to never ever be so. I won't say that, but never want to make something work so much that you ignore the asshole you with. And I feel like because she just feels like she's being a good wife, but you not. Fuck Olajuwon. Fuck him in the ass. And that's it.
I feel like Katina's going to continue to be with him. And some part of me feels like at this point, she's probably trained to be whatever he may want her to be at this time. The only thing I really got to say about Olajuwon and Katina is the fact that he made it seem as though he was the only person that gave up a lot or went through a lot for this process, just disregarding everything that she had to go through and made it solely about himself. And I didn't like that at all. That's really all that I really have. And I didn't care for the sit down that he had with the damn coach trying to over explain the type of person that he is. whatever he was saying, trying to make us see him in a different light. Like, he's not always like that. When people get to know you, then they see this side. Sir, miss us with all of that.
When he
We don't
brought that
care.
coach on,
We've seen enough.
He always does shit like that. I did not see it, but based on what y'all are saying, I can form an opinion on this. It's the way I felt from the beginning. This is an abusive relationship. Hang it the fuck up. Why are we being subjected to this? Why are we watching this? Like, Olajuwon continues to like make this girl feel like shit about herself on camera. And I don't understand how she can go from being so logical in one moment to ignoring all logic unless they're fucking. Like, and they continue to say they're not fucking. And I'm just confused.
She said they weren't.
I think it's because she wants to fuck. I think she wants it, and she's like, let me continue on this path that he wants because I want the dick of my husband because it looked like good dick and I really, really want it.
Does it?
Well, he's trying to make
Does
her
it look like
feel like
dick?
she working for
I think to her it looks good because to her, he's this nice guy who, like, you know, he feels he loves you. Like, she's completely mind warped, and I think because she really wants it to work and she wants to fuck that man. So let me play by his rules, and I can get the dick. We'll be happily married. You know, he'll be happy with the wife that I am because I'm what he's suggesting I be. And I'm like, I really hope by her watching the show that she be like, I look like a fucking fool.
Well,
and wake up by the reunion.
It don't matter because Olajuwon is saying everything that we're saying now. Like, he was telling her, he said he finally came to terms with the reason why he acted that way, and it's because he basically was a fuckboy in the past. He said, I told Katina I manipulated women in the past, and because of that, I was insecure that she was going to be my karma. So now he knows what to say to combat what everybody is calling out on social media, because this is going to be the first and last time we probably going to see him on the TV screens, and I think that's going to be just enough for Katina to be like, okay, cool, and then move on. I think they're made for each other in a bad way. So now, y'all, we can move on from them. Let my blood pressure go down. Let's talk about a more family-friendly show. Let's talk about Kandi and the Gang. Kandi and the Gang is so cute. The second episode or third at this point, whatever, whichever one was last week. Like, I don't feel like talking about it. Nothing really happened. But this episode was very interesting. So we saw Dominique and her pretty self, and she met Brandon's parents. I think it's funny because at the beginning, I thought Brandon just wanted to smash. I didn't think he really wanted anything from her like that, because he asked her, what are you doing after this? After the restaurant closed. So I was thinking, why are you trying to go on a date so late? But I guess he just wanted to get time where he could.
Girl, he got that job for her.
He got a job for her.
That's long term.
I saw her and I got a job.
Yeah, I didn't know that
I was like,
until
after.
Yeah, he really wants her. And I think it's really cute. He was like, this is the girl I've been telling you about. And I was like, oh.
Y'all want me to do it? Somebody want me to do the thing. So, okay. Hold on. How that's the don't you wanna be? Wait, hold on. How it go? How it starts? Help me, y'all.
I don't know. I just been singing.
Don't you wanna go?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Don't you wanna go to a place to be? Something families. Fried chicken
I know the whole
and
word,
mac
the
and
whole
cheese
song.
from 3 old ladies recipes. Won't you come and hang with Kandi and the Gang? I had the notes too.
Okay.
I had the notes. I was reading.
I've been singing that all around the house.
I've been singing it randomly.
Mac and cheese.
And I see the whole song. It's
from
so
3
catchy.
old ladies recipes. I mean, like, not from 3 old ladies recipes.
Yeah.
That shit is hilarious.
The song was catchy. The show was fun and whatever.
Anything
and I do feel like
beat.
And I feel like at first when they showed Dominique and Brandon, we assumed it was like a little bullshitty or whatever. But now seeing her meet his parents and how I was talking about, it's real cute, and to make both of them look different to see how sweet they are with each other. Because it's not just him; she like him too, and she trying to play down because she like. Yeah, because when she said, I think last episode, how she didn't want how Shandrilla and Patrick stuff was kind of fucked up. She want them to have that thing. So let's be quiet. I like that. I like them together. It's cute.
Yeah, he goofy, but he's sexy though. I ain't gonna lie. Like
I
at that
wouldn't say
party, I would. There are moments when I get like that's why I say he's goofy. But there are moments when I get it. Like when I see where the center of gravity is, when I look at the mouth and the bone structure and the bald
How
head.
you look at her.
And he tall.
It's how he looks at her.
And
yeah,
he and then in the white, like, and I'm talking about specifically at that little party at the end, I was like, yeah, it was giving a look. Now I wish he would not have introduced her as his employee, but I don't know what else you could say when she don't want to define a relationship. So you could have said your friend though. That would have been nice. Instead of your employee, because boy, you're barely a manager. You need to be a host, okay? Yeah, he needs to bust down the tables because he doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing. Like, why are you passing over trash? There's nobody behind the bar. It looks a mess. Why are you sitting at the bar eating, Brandon? Make it make sense. But Dominique and Brandon together, yeah, they're cute. He's willing to get a job for her, but she's gonna have to, she's gonna have to do everything to make him, she's gonna have to mom him.
Did you already go, Jamie?
Oh, no, I didn't go. I just think they're cute. I think they're cute. I have nothing to say aside from I was shocked that she was actually about to meet his parents, and she was shocked too. I did think that was kind of weird because they didn't make it official. So why would you go over there and meet this girl, let this girl meet your parents? But at the same time, it was like, I guess I ain't too mad about it because he's being very clear about what it is that he wants. Whereas some guys, they're gonna sit up there and they're gonna play with you for God knows how long. So hopefully she's not the one that's gonna be playing for too much longer. But I tell you one thing, he's definitely putting in more time and energy with her than he is his own position at work. But as y'all said, he did get the job for her. So there's that.
Maybe they can be together if he get a different position somewhere else.
Put his ass ablaze.
Yeah. So outside of that, also Patrick being whipped, if that's what we want to call it, he ends up canceling the housewarming party at his house, and he no longer wants Torrin to decorate the house because his girlfriend Safari wants to. And we see her on the episode. I don't know, y'all. Safari to me is just annoying to see on TV. She just feels very personality-less. Like, you just seem very dry, very stiff. And I don't know if it's because you're nervous because you have so much control over him and you know that people are going to have opinions over you before you even meet them. I don't know if that's why you're so dry. But even whenever her and Torrin were having a conversation, she was just kind of, okay, well, that's why I'm here. I'm here to decide if he can have a housewarming party. What y'all think that's for?
I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't like her. I do think she thinks she the shit. I think he helps her think she the shit. But mainly, I think that she caught him. Gotcha, bitch. He's a super duper senior. He has money. He's connected to Candy. And because he's a super duper senior, he probably has a big dick. Maybe, maybe not. He probably doesn't know what to do with it. Even if it is big, he doesn't know what to do with it. Like, you can tell. He just seems like he doesn't, like when he was having the cars come through, there was nothing about his mental to mobility that made me feel like there was a connectedness for dick to be good there. There's a disconnect from the brain to the mobility, if you ask me.
Can you talk about the scarecrow hat that she had on? Y'all didn't see that little bitty ass,
the bucket hat?
Yes, that she got out the young kids section.
I hated it.
Why?
It doesn't go. It didn't go. She looked a mess. And then is it a nose job? Do y'all think it's a nose job? It's probably a nose job. But I think she's one of those mean girls. She looks one of those, she looks like one of those pretty mean girls that think she's the shit because people like Patrick go up for her.
Yeah.
The reason I don't like her is because I think she thinks she's cute, and I'm like, you don't live in this house, so why do you decide about a housewarming? I don't get why anyone who doesn't live somewhere has a say so, and if they have a housewarming where him and his cousin moved in, and not only that, when she brought up, well, people don't need to know he lives. Bitch, he lived behind the restaurant where they work. You think they don't see him walk across the parking lot in his pajamas? And then, it's so for me, the reason I do not like her, because you think you cute and you think you smart and you not. Like, you sound dumb. And I'm like when Torrin said, like, she don't decorate, you know what I'm saying? That ain't what she do, because it's not. And I get that she wants to maybe help her boyfriend, that's cool. I get that, but why are you trying to dictate a housewarming? You don't live there. Like,
because
that's
he
not your
lets her.
say so. That's honey,
He lets her. They're gonna have some problems. I hope for his sake that when it's his turn, when the roles reverse, that she is open to compromising to the things that he wants. Right. So when he starts complaining about stuff and things that she can't do, I want her to be just as open-minded as he was when he allowed her to control oh so much. And I think that that's not going to be good in the long run. I think he going to look up, you know, how you may have had like those boyfriends that were either insecure, manipulative, wanted to isolate you. Like, she gives me those signs. And he's going to look up, and all of the things that he liked to do, he's not going to have that anymore. All of the friends that he used to have, not really. They're going to be her friends. Them gonna be your friends, and that's a problem. And I feel like with him, the reason why he wants to like make her so happy and stick with her and stuff is because he feels like she's out of his league, because she's a businesswoman, she own her own business, she got this going on, she making money, she da 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 da. You know, the last chick he was messing with, from what we knew, was Shandrilla, working as a hostess, who was only making like $12 an hour. Miss girl over here probably getting $1,200 a day. So that's why he trying to hang on to what she got going on, or hang on to her, right? Because he probably feel like she can bring him up or elevate him or something like that too. Mm-hmm. But I think that's why he gives her so many passes and allow her to control what's happening in his life. And I just don't think in the long run it's gonna be a good thing at all.
Somebody said Patrick is real Portia based. I'm like, not real Portia based.
Not real Portia based.
I was over here.
And Bondi talking about this man got money, and I'm like, you talking about Candy's money? Because I feel like Candy paid for the.
No, he makes money off the parking lot. And they already said that the parking lot makes money hand over fist, because everybody that comes to the restaurant pays to park. So that's the money. But
Candy owns the lot.
He owns the lot. Huh? He owns the lot. He said they said that on the first
lot. And he was manning the lot for her. I need sources.
I need to figure it out, because I thought they said that he is the one. I mean, you know, what Candy's help.
Yeah,
he owns. Thank you. I thought they said he owned. He bought the lots. Yeah,
I'm here for him owning the parking lot now. If he really owned it.
This the comment though.
Candy bought the lot for him, but yes, he owns it. That's what I was saying. Like, well, I was surprised by that.
Then he definitely get him. Yeah,
he's making. I think that's how he was able to get the apartment and all of that. And he was saying at the beginning, like, I'm doing well. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was saying that first episode.
That's why he said, I want to be the Candy for the family.
You want to be the parking lot Candy.
And she helped him, I guess, you know, because once you get a parking lot and you start making money, then you could get you own a McDonald's franchise or some stupid shit. You know, you start to just own like little dry cleaners over here, and you own stores and shit.
I think owning parking lots, especially near downtown Atlanta, is everything.
Yeah, for sure. To buy me a parking lot.
I thought it was owned by Candy, and he was just managing it.
I was about to say something before then. I was over here fucking dying laughing, and I still got tears kind of coming out of my eyes because somebody asked what a super duper senior was. And I don't know why, but that shit had me cackling. So let me explain if you don't know. It is my very nice, politically correct way of saying that someone is slow.
Yeah, I heard it before.
Right. Because usually the super duper seniors are the people that have to stay back a couple of years in high school. And usually those people are a tad bit slow. I knew some. They were on the basketball team.
17-year-olds in 10th grade.
Tall as fuck.
Wait, is there 17-year-olds in 9th grade? That's how that would work. But okay. So that is, I mean, I knew a bunch of super duper seniors. I know what you're talking about.
Me too.
Yeah. So bless you. Lastly, y'all, Shandrilla gets caught saying that Candy and Todd don't give a fuck about the restaurants. Don Juan comes to Candy and Todd with the tea, like, I got her on video. Brandon's on the phone, and you can hear Shandrilla saying that y'all don't give a F about the restaurant because she was saying that the food don't taste the same on a Monday as it do on a Wednesday or whatever. And to me, I didn't see nothing wrong with what she said. Y'all should have took that criticism. Like, what is the big deal about her saying that the food don't taste the same on one day than it does on another? That speaks to the consistency. I'm like, okay. Then whenever she said on the phone, Candy and Todd don't give an F, you know what? Based on what she been going through, y'all ain't got no damn generator, but y'all didn't had the restaurant for 4 years. It looks like y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all let the restaurant go out of electricity while you have patrons eating. I'm like, I understand where she came from. Right. I understand what types of things that she may have seen that would make her think that. So I don't get why they feel like they need to punish her or maybe fire her. They should have fired her for coming in to work whenever she feel like it and being late every single day. Not saying that y'all don't give a F. The issue here is that you all are embarrassed because you know that our perception is that y'all don't give a fuck either. So what do y'all think about Shandrilla, Candy, and Todd?
I didn't like the way they cornered her like that. Like, cause it was messy, first of all. Like how y'all got that information on the fucking security cameras. Y'all ain't supposed to bring no shit like that back to nobody that y'all heard on the security cameras when the dude was in a cooler with her on the phone on speakerphone. I think she was talking to Brandon, and Brandon had her on speakerphone in the cooler, and they picked the sound up. Don Juan picked the sound up and played it back for Kay. First of all, Don Juan, you know I love you, but that was some messy ass goofy shit that you did. That was unnecessary, okay? Outside of that, Melvin is lying. People are on Google saying that your food is not consistent. So I don't know what we mad at Shandrilla for that for. Also, Shandrilla was just expressing her angst. It sounds like she wasn't at work. She has a right to do that. And you don't have a right to check her about something that she was saying to another employee when she was not at the job. Just saying. If you want to check somebody, check Brandon for having that conversation in the fucking cooler. But don't bring that to her, because at the end of the day, that's some messy ass shit that you weren't supposed to hear. I'm just saying. Yeah, they got cameras around and all of that, but she was on the phone. She wasn't in the building saying that shit. She was on the phone with that dumbass nigga.
Her shit or something. That's how I would feel.
See,
right, that.
See, the weird thing is, I think Candy and Ty feel like because they've known Shandrilla so long, that's something that you should bring to us, because we cool with you. When Ty said, like, you know what I'm saying, but you know us, I think their issue wasn't what she said, it's the fact that you're saying stuff to other people, but not to us. And you have a close enough connection to us to not vent to other folks, because it makes it seem like, well, damn, even she feel like they ain't shit. So if she feel that she cool with them, like, we can also feel the same way. So I didn't see an issue with them pulling her to the side away from the staff saying, hey, this is how you feel. And I think what I thought was weird that she didn't really deny it. Her question where it was, well, who said it? Where it come from? Not that that's not how she felt.
No, she said,
I want to see the rest of the conversation.
She said, I ain't say that. Yeah, she said it a couple. She said, I ain't say that.
That's the fucked up part, that she knows she did. So I think once you know somebody from a business, you cool with them, they want you to tell them how you feel so then they can handle shit. But if you said it's a Patrick at the public restaurant, you then call him Brandon saying shit too. You talk to everybody except us, and we cool with you. You here for a reason and not doing shit because you know us. So we're allowing you to not do shit. At least come to us about what you feel like we ain't doing right. And like how Ty said, we can't be here every day because they can't. They Todd and Candy. They have other things to do. So you can't expect the owner of the business to be there every day. But if we cool enough, come talk to me and tell me I ain't shit, or the food fucked up, so then I can fix it. So you know what I'm saying? But I got that point.
One thing, the Petty and me had to do a little research because I still have access to some things, and that parking lot is owned by the LLC that is owned by Candy, so he don't own that. There's that. But he might get all the money from it though, but he don't own it.
They lying on the show.
And what else did I want to say? Oh, Miss Shandrilla. I just felt like with Shandrilla, just say how you really feeling. Like, nobody should really have to go around and, hear from other people. You've known Candy and Ty long enough, so just tell them, like, what the hell is on your mind, I also feel like they shouldn't be too mad at her for the things that she is saying, because I feel like now that y'all got the show, this ain't nothing new. She probably been doing this stuff, and now y'all want to try and address it on the show. Y'all created this monster, so now y'all got to deal with her. Actually, y'all created quite a few monsters that y'all got to sit up here and deal with, so y'all need to bring everybody to the forefront. Actually, when they had that sit down, the team meeting, I wish she would have did what she did with Mama Joyce and them. You know how she brought them together, but did she pull people in separately? Maybe Shandrilla would have felt more comfortable talking to you at that time versus coming back saying that she said X, Y, and Z. So now she like, who the hell said that? Because now I got a beef with them.
Who said that?
I wanted to say this, that I feel like about Shandrilla saying, y'all not even call me a girl, Shandrilla. The shit that Shandrilla was saying about Kandi and them, I feel like she probably has said shit to them. Over the past 4 years, she has probably come to them before with issues and they have done nothing about it.
That's what she actually was saying on that call. That's what she was saying on that call. Now that I think about it, she said that on that call to Brandon.
I'm gonna tell you, the way I saw her in that restaurant, it made me feel like that's somebody that know exactly how to run that restaurant, and they probably get tired of doing everything for everybody and decide to just do what everybody else do. You know how you got your real hard workers, and when they realize they getting taken advantage of, they stop doing all the shit they be doing.
Yeah, it'd be like, if you don't give a fuck about, I don't give a fuck.
What am I giving a fuck for? Like, if you don't give a fuck enough to make sure that the air conditioner don't go out in this motherfucker in Georgia, then I don't know what to do in this motherfucker. Like the server trays. Brandon had the server trays in the back of the restaurant and Don Juan didn't tell him. Like that type of stupid shit going on. That girl probably has tried to communicate. And Kandi and Ty, what did Ty say when everybody was complaining about what they needed? Just do your job. That's what he told them.
Yeah, it was so ugly when he said, that's a lot of negative energy in your chest. Calm your chest. What do you mean calm your chest? I didn't think she was doing that much.
And the girl was
we're going to tell him the same thing. Will Mama Joyce eat him up next season?
Okay.
Next week. Right?
Oh,
no, that's next week. Yeah.
And old girl who was doing all of that, I was like, yeah, bitch, you doing the most. Because you the main one that because you want everybody to think that you the one doing your job, but you complaining about wiping off menus.
It was given she didn't make the cut for the show. Because we ain't seen her till now. So thank you for the super chat, Octavia. She said, but name a person with a job that don't talk shit about it the moment they punch out, though. Oh, punch out of work. She didn't say it to a reporter. It was a coworker.
This is the thing, though. When I'm complaining about my job, I don't talk to anybody at my job who I know it connects to match. I don't have time for anybody. No, I don't. This is my thing. I work with a lot of white folk, so I do complain. I do complain, but I don't complain at work. I don't have time because I don't have time for anybody overhearing my shit. Because when I speak, I'm gonna speak real Jay Lee-ish, and I don't have time for like the professional Jay Lee who they feel like no. So I make sure that when I complain, I don't do that shit there, so that management can't come back and say, well, "We heard you talking to someone on me, and you ain't even say shit because I ain't saying shit." You had to catch me at home here. Like I don't do that. Like when I did have my black friends at work. We would only talk when everyone was gone and it was just a black delegation meeting. And we made sure we knew if the wrong person heard you, it would get back to management. And there's a whole meeting about how everybody feel. And I got time. So I'm like, you have to know when not to vent when the person you're talking to is at work. And he had her on speakerphone. Don't ever put me on speakerphone, ever. If you can't have me on the phone, don't.
Yeah, that was dumb.
No.
That's why I say he was stupid, dumbass Brandon. But I'm sorry. I have definitely complained with them motherfuckers a few doors down and call me in here so I can tell you how I feel. And I know you won't. And then every time you do, and I tell you exactly what the fuck I was saying, because I'm not that one. If I was saying it back there, I can say it to your fucking face and you know it. So don't try me because we have done this many a time. I have pulled y'all motherfuckers into offices to ask what the problem is. Okay. So when I was at work down to the white people, okay, at the news station. See, the news station is niggerish. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be in you can't be a woman in the back and not handle yourself a certain way because if you don't, not only will you get sexually harassed, but you will also get disrespected. So you have to be basically very upfront, straightforward, and aggressive with the way you handle people. And I when I was in, there were times when I shut the fuck up, but there were times when I was in discomfort. And if I had something to say to somebody, we closed the door. And if you come and open the door and we see you, then we stop talking. You didn't hear nothing, but we had edit bays that we would close and we could see you coming up. So, we see you walking up, everybody stop talking and you can't really hear what we saying with the door closed unless we buku loud.
Somebody asked, what if I were feeling like I was overworked? My thing is when I don't complain to coworkers who can't fix shit. So for me, when I had issues, I complained to management. But I'm not gonna complain to my coworkers about shit they can't fix. When I trust and believe. I've been at my job now for 6 years, and they know to not fuck with me. But I make sure that I'm not going to be complaining to folks just to complain who can't do shit about it. When I'm pissed off, I'm gonna go to my boss's office and I'm gonna have it out. And they say, you know, when they'll be pissed off, because I'm gonna let it be known. I don't like complaining to folks who can't help my situation at work. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm complaining to my friends, yes, but I'm not gonna be at work. But you can't help me. You under me. What I'm gonna complain to you for at work? Like,
technically, Brandon is a manager though.
He was done for having it on speakerphone. That was my thing. Is he was done.
He is super duper senior.
Yeah, I don't. You know, I know.
Honestly, he thought nobody was listening. So that's invasion of privacy, in my opinion. You're not gonna act like y'all acting like Big Brother. I can't have no conversation.
I ain't saying shit. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna leave it be, and if I'm pissed off, I'm going to the director's office.
Who you been talking to? Like, it's this very, very, like, you know, dangerous seemingly. Like, she's like, I don't see nothing around nobody.
Because I've seen, like, I've seen people complain and nothing happens, and then they're more pissed off. And so I'm like, there's no point in me venting to someone who can't help me, because it'll make me more mad. So when I was upset about whatever, I'm like, I'm going to the director. I've had conversations with our CEO.
You said Jay Lee worked for the CIA. And she just said she goes to the director. Everybody knows the head of the CIA is the director.
No, I work for a nonprofit organization, is what I'll say. So, but it still is it's a very,
it sounds government
corporate situation. It's not the government, no, it's not that, but it's a very corporate situation to where I know what to do and when to do. And it's a reason, you know, that I'm as flexible with my time as I am, because I know who to complain to, who not to. Because when you do that, they then see, okay, we can't fuck with her. Let her do her job, because she's not. And I'm not, because when they see you complaining for bullshit, they take you as a child, and then they'll keep fucking with you. And it's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So when I'm pissed off, I'm gonna come and say, hey, let's talk, because this pissed me off, and it's on bullshit, and they listen. But if they feel like you just complain, they don't take you serious. So it's like I had to learn.
This is one of those North versus South things. I think that sounds like a very northeastern situation, because I say that because I feel like y'all do things by the book, and that happens. But in the South, I feel like people take liberties in positions. And a lot of the time when one person is complaining about something, it's something everybody is complaining about. And it's something that everybody has said in the meetings, that they've gone to them about in private and in public forum. And they've said, we'll work on those things. And they still don't. And then they disrespect you in your face, and then you send emails and you CC, and like, so I'm just saying, from like, I literally remember so many times where we would have the same issues over and over and over again. We would say what we needed, we would say it in meetings, we would say it in private, and then the bullshit would consistently still be not handled properly, because we lived in a good old boy system where the boss is kissing ass to have his job. It's not because he's actually good at the job. It's because he's kissed the right ass and done drugs with the right people effectively. Like a lot of people, I'm telling you, like, effectively, what I feel like is that a lot of them did drugs together, and because of that, they helped each other stay at that job and protect each other when things were very drug-esque that happened. And if it was somebody else that looked like me, you would have got fired. But because you were in the group with the good old boys, you know, it really doesn't matter what you do, how good you are at your job. You just be the dependable fool. Like,
and that's one of the things where I feel like you have to. I understand speaking to coworkers about it, because multiple people can actually impact something. And that's the only way you can beat the good old boy system, is if you have enough people saying and repeating the same thing. So you might mention it to a coworker, and then they'll pay attention. Have you been experiencing this? Because if you, as a Black woman and the minority in the office, if you speak out, then you're difficult, and maybe you just need to go to a different team. So I understand what it is. And I think those workplace environments need to create areas of transparency where, like, your opinion matters. But I feel like it's never just one opinion that matters unless you got a big ass title. It's always multiple medium.
Devin ain't never lied. Devin is from New Orleans too, and he said that that's how it is. They go to college together, even going down to coming from the same parish out here. Like that's how it is. Like
I worked at that's how it was where I was my last job. They it's like a whole frat, or they follow each other from company
job to job.
Yes. And whenever they come, it's never about these are all the positions I held. It's this is where I'm from. This is where I'm from. This is the college I went to. These are my parents. These were my grandparents come, and not running your record like the same way they did.
Not your resume.
Yes, not your resume. Thank you. Your resume. I said record.
Oh yeah, we don't do that here.
Right.
I wish we lived like that.
Oh, y'all don't do that down there? White people.
No, I said the North is different. The North is very big on unions. The South kills unions. Like they love to kill a good union, child.
It'd be like you have like some racist white folk, but it's not like we don't have like the good old boys club here as much as it is there. Like it's still racism here, of course, but it's not like that at all. You have black folk around here who be bringing their people in, and you know what I'm saying, and be on bullshit. It don't just be the white people.
No.
So, but it's not like that as much like that here.
Everybody works towards the system when they feel like it. For instance, and I'm gonna say this, and then we can let this go, but I just want to share this with y'all because we're talking about it. Like for instance, our HR somehow, or the person that was connected to the HR, let me say that, because that's what it became. At first, this was the HR person. And then eventually it became, this is the person that gets in contact with HR that is not in the building. But this person was the boss's assistant. So whenever we would go, the general manager's assistant. So whenever we would go to this person who we believe to be HR with a gripe, sometimes that gripe would end up on the person we were talking about. It would end up on their desk. So instead of us having a conversation with the bigger boss, we would then be directed right back down to the boss that we were complaining about. It was definitely I'm gonna just say that every day I wake up so happy that I work for myself, girl. The Lord.
All right, y'all, let's move on to Ready to Love. Bonnie, you gonna hit that intro?
I forgot
that said I'm ready to fuck.
I had to, because every time I start talking about it, I feel like you start singing. I'm like, dang, I just put into her. You know, the people are gonna ask you for it. So
yes, I'm ready
to love this week, y'all. The women meeting the friends, right? That's what happened last week, right? The women met the friends, or am I tripping?
They're the best friends of the guys.
Okay. Y'all, so much time has passed between that show. My goodness. So yeah, the women meet the friends.
It was the slap.
That's true.
It did make the week long as a motherfucker. God.
Oh, it was a slap that made the week long. Yes. I was, because for a second I was like, did that happen? It's been a very long week, but anyway. And also the week before, the men met the exes. Oh, the women don't meet the exes. The women meet the friends. Y'all said that. Thank you. That's where I was confused myself. So anyway, we see. I have the wrong notes, I think, y'all. Hold on. Give me a sec. I don't know what happened to them.
Well, who? Which couple?
Found it. I found my notes. Okay, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, I was gonna try to remember.
Right. I have them on my phone, but I had the ones from the week before, which is why I was confused. Anyway, ladies meet the best friends. Paul and Chill Bill. He was the first one. And Chill Bill was very creep-like to me. He was giving Creep Squad. When Dakia showed up, he was looking at the ass. When Carmen showed up, he was looking at the ass. When Carmen showed up in her blue ass contacts, the red hat, red tank top, nipples on hard, she was doing a lot. And basically what Chill Bill said is, for lack of a better word, if you want a hoe, get with Carmen. If you want a wife, get with Dakia. But he made it real cute by saying POJ would choose Carmen and Paul would choose Dakia for the future. But personally, in my opinion, Dakia and Paul, they end up going on a date because Carmen shades her. I feel like I feel like Dakia at this point is trying to pull from lower hanging fruit because I feel like you and Paul are trying to make fetch happen because y'all don't have as many connections no more, and you ain't got to make it happen, Dakia. You don't have to be with him. Like, I knew that, she was getting a little dehydrated when she started saying Tori didn't look so bad. And it's like, you don't have no connection with Tori. He looking like your best friend's little brother that be flirting when you come over to the house. So I don't know why. I don't know why Dakia is trying to force something, but Paul did seem a lot more sophisticated when he had the dinner with Dakia. He seemed a lot more personable, smart, calm. So we'll see, but I just don't want her to force anything.
I don't mind Dakia and Paul because at this point, Paul seems to be a cockroach who just will not go away. So I feel like we just have to accept him. And I like the way because the kid don't seem like she needs the attention. So when she said how he seemed cool or whatever, he checked my boxes on paper. Let me see what it could be. I'm like, I guess so, but I'm like, because I want to Paul a long time ago. So I'm like, fuck it. I don't like Carmen. Carmen irks all my nerves. I think any woman coming to a dinner to meet a dude who she like friend or with her nipples clearly on hard, poking through the shirt is just a harlot. Okay, she's a whore. I'm just fucking. But I just felt like you try anything to pull the attention from whoever else is there because you're not enough. And I think Carmen knows she's not enough, and that's why she come. Because you notice Carmen only wear those blue contacts the first time she meets somebody because she wants to pull off some kind of exotic look. It's like you look dumb. Okay, you look dumb and ditzy.
Period.
And so it aggravates me. And I feel like when the kid said, she came in now with tension as if it's competition. If he's for you, there is no competition for me because he's for you. So coming in so, hard and hefty was on bullshit. I cannot stand Carmen. And if she comes to reunion and she don't realize how much of a fucking just disrespectful woman towards other women she was, I want her to go pluck them blue eyes somewhere and go down to Jesus because you ain't shit. Like your nipples that then says hair, don't fuck ass contacts, get out my face and go away. Check my nerves. That's it. That's all.
Well, and there's that. Dakia is definitely grasping for whatever she can get to in the air. Okay, whatever particles is falling out, she's trying to grab. And I hate to see it because I'm like, Paul, really, Dakia, Paul, you went all the way down to Paul. You could have just, I guess, stuck with Clifton. It seems like you're fighting to not be sent home, right? You don't want that Carmen to come around and hit you as quick. Okay, as it hit Mr. Man, who pretty much eliminated himself. But I mean, I didn't really care for some of the dates. Didn't she go on like 3 though? She went on one with Paul, Clifton, and I feel like it was somebody else that was it Tori?
Oh,
no, that was Sabrina. Sabrina went on that. Maybe it was just those two.
It may have been Donovan. Was it Donovan too, maybe?
I can't remember. I don't think it was Donovan. Maybe it was just two. But she just didn't fit. She fit with it made sense for Clifton, but Paul, I didn't understand it. If y'all just not getting to know each other and then you just snatching her up to meet your homeboy, I was like, stop, cut it out. Anytime somebody likes Paul, Necey calls him the lower hanging fruit. Because Paul is the lower hanging. But yeah, I didn't. And I cannot stand Carmen either, Miss J. Lee. I can't stand her. I want her gone. I want her and Paul together to be gone.
I think they are together based off Instagram. And I just want to say that sometimes, your nipples just, they do their thing. I don't know. It's not my fault. But I don't like Carmen either. Would I want to be called a harlot though? I don't know. However, my nipples are not always shining through, but sometimes they are. And I felt attacked. So I wanted to just go ahead and say it's not always my fault. And it's not because the titties are always.
Would you do that? Meeting, if it was a guy you was dating, would you show up with your nipples potentially having to go from hard and soft in meeting his friends?
Is it cold outside?
Well, yeah. I mean, personally for me, if I'm meeting free to nipples, fine. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do. But if I'm meeting like his friend, I'm not gonna want my nipples going from hard to soft. I'm not gonna want my nipples.
So how do you control that? Is my question.
You wear a nipple. You wear a pedal cover. If you don't want to wear a bra, just wear the pedal covers that cover your nipples so they don't go hard. And then they not like the main attraction.
Outside of my bra, I need to get something outside of my bra for my nipples not to shine through.
No, I'm saying if you don't want to wear a bra, then you get the nipple cover.
No, right. So sometimes my shit still be like if I got a t-shirt on and I got a bra on, sometimes you can still kind of see the shit. I don't know what that's about.
Oh, that's not what she was doing. That's not. She didn't have a bra.
She didn't have no bra on. Okay.
Right.
Because I was just like, maybe, I don't know, man, I'm feeling attacked. But no, you know what? You probably couldn't see it with this one. But like, how you just have some of the ones that don't have padding in them, but it's still a bra. And then sometimes, you get cold and your shit and your shirt be all like, thin material. Look, whatever. I don't like fucking Carmen. I don't like she always in competition with other women. She didn't know Dakia was going to be there. That's what she said.
Yeah.
She had a jacket over her shoulders as well, but the tits had to show through. But yeah, I think she just she showed up like that for Paul, and I don't think it was about old boy, because as soon as old boy called him POJ, she was like, first of all, his name is Paul. Okay, going forward, he will be Paul. And he was like, oh, you're a little controlling, ain't you? Like, she wasn't trying to fuck the homeboy. I just think she always liked to lead with her titties because, what else is there?
So outside of that, y'all, the next biggest things are Ace. She ends up no call, no showing on the date that she was supposed to go on to meet Tori's friend, where Sabrina also was. And then she ends up leaving the competition. So I think Tori played herself, but I was kind of annoyed with the way that Ace decided to leave. She initially didn't want to come out and say, hey, I met somebody else or whatever. She does this. She did the same thing that she did with Clifton early on in the season when she was on a group date, and then she dismissed herself and was like, I see the way you look at her. I don't want to compete with that. It's beautiful. I support you. And it's like, just say how you feel. Say that you are leaving the competition because Laverne left, or because you're not feeling Tori. And allegedly, the people are saying that she's dating Tyrone from the previous season.
Who is that?
The one with the eyes. The one that says Shiloh is my lady, but Sabrina is my wife, or something like that.
Okay, thank you so much for clearing that up for me, because for the longest, I could not see it in my head.
He may need her because she's so calm and he has his PTSD. So they actually work. I didn't mind her self-eliminating. I think whenever your strongest connection goes home, go home. Like, there's no point in standing around if you in this like it's what, maybe 2-3 episodes left. Like, you're not gonna really find no connection in 2-3 episodes. I think, if that's something, go home. So I like that she didn't waste his time. Like, I'm not gonna show up to your date with the friend because I know that ain't what I want. So I'm gonna not answer your call. She could have answered the call, but still, I didn't mind it. So I was like, yeah. So she could have did that, but I felt like her saying like, okay, this is why I didn't show up. You know what I'm saying? You really like Sabrina. Like, how you look at her is what you should want. Anything else, ain't it. So, I'm going home. I'm done. I'm self-eliminating. So I was like, cool.
I have a different theory. When I was watching it, based off what we know about Tori is petty and Tori is immature. And I believe that when men are like that, women like Ace become sensitive of being in volatile situations. So I think she has become very good at disarming men from being angry with her when she's about to say something she knows they may not like. So I feel like the way she, put it on Sabrina, and kind of like the way you look at Sabrina, I just feel like if a man doesn't look at me like that, then I don't want him looking at me. That was her way of detaching herself from him without him losing his shit. It was a way to make him feel good about them breaking up, because it was basically saying, Sabrina's stupid if she don't know how great you are, but I don't want to be with you neither. So I just kind of felt like she was doing that because she didn't want whatever the blowback that he might want to give.
I guess that makes sense, because I definitely felt like she was disguising the fact that she just was, I'm just not that into you at all. And I think that I think the decision she made a lot of sense. I kind of wish Dakia, well, I ain't gonna say Dakia should have made the same decision, because she still had Clifton that was interested in her or whatever. But as far as Ace, I mean, it was Laverne. And if she ain't had no other connection, she would only been wasting her time the next 3 weeks trying to search and find a connection, just wasting her time. So I think that was the best decision for her to go home.
Absolutely. Okay. So the last thing I want to talk about from this show is we see Phil come back. And he is best friends with Donovan, and he gets the opportunity to meet Tina and Sabrina. And I'm surprised he didn't mix their names up because it's just, it rhymes. Anyway, Tina was on the date, and like I told y'all, I feel like she'd be given a little bit of toxicity, and that's what she's used to. Whenever he said, "Why do you like my bro Donovan?" She said, "Because I had a tough week, and he just gives me my space, and a lot of people don't understand it." The reason why I saw that as a red flag is because her ex, who came on the show, said that she will ghost people for 6 months to a year or randomly whenever she feels like it. So I feel like she has a lot of emotion that she probably doesn't know how to work through, and she ends up cutting people off. And that's probably what was going on the week before. So Tina didn't really have the best impression on that date because she didn't seem like she was really all in, whereas Sabrina did a really good job. But one of the things I wanted to call out was Sabrina said she wanted kids. Donovan was talking out both sides of his neck, talking about, "Oh, well, that kind of scares me because I don't want kids. But if my wife wanted kids, then I would consider it." But he said it as though he was, kind of taking a step back from Sabrina because it sounded like they wanted different things. So I'm like, what is it? Do you really like Sabrina? I don't know. What did y'all think about Donovan?
Nothing.
Yeah, I ain't think nothing about Donovan and Sabrina. I just felt like with Tina and her standoffishness, I was just kind of like, Tina, why are you on this show? Why do people be coming on this show knowing that they ain't looking for love for real? Like, why is y'all out here wasting the people's time? That was the only thing that really came to my mind.
Because they want
Because she didn't come to Paul Day. Because she didn't come to Paul Day, but she showed up to Donovan's date. Right. But then
and it looked like she's not gonna come to the group trip.
Right. So I'm like, she just over it. So I was like, her.
Can I just say I didn't like the fact that Tori spent so much of the time with Sabrina calling Ace. I forgot to say that. I didn't like that he did that. I felt like that was dumb. Like, if she isn't there, she isn't there. I almost felt like he's still doing shit to hurt Sabrina because he's mad that she kissed him. And I almost feel like all of the women see that, which is another reason why Ace was like, I just don't want to upset this crazy nigga.
Right, but she was entertaining Laverne.
I honestly feel like whatever is going on with Laverne is only showing a certain part of himself to her. Because Laverne is doing that. If he's no longer interested, there's a switch of I don't give a fuck. With Ace, I think he, like he said, there's something about her. Honestly, I think he thinks he can manipulate her. So I think that's why he probably is softer with her. Whereas when other women come to him and they're not like really feeling his bullshit or feeling his vibe or whatever, then it's like he gets all negative and shit.
Yeah, Tyrone was definitely annoying because I didn't like that he said, I'm sorry, what, not Tyrone, but Tori. Tori, what did he said something about when Sabrina gave him the gift. He was like, something about this seems sketchy or whatever. Seems like she's feeling guilty or whatever for us not talking. And it's like, if you feel that way, why you invited her to meet your friend?
Like, what was that about? Like, you know how many semi-annual candles I got in the cabinet to give people throughout the year?
Right.
Come on,
he was doing a lot. He was doing a lot.
All right. Well, that's it for Love and Marriage. For Ready to Love. Now we're moving into Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all, this season is giving lots to talk about. So it was really 3 main points. And y'all let me know if I missed anything important. But for one, we see Martell doing the calendar photo shoot. And it's good to see him doing something that's productive since he can't get a builder's license. But I mean, I was thinking to myself, who is his audience buying calendars? Yeah, I used to work for this older retailer, and I would buy calendars. The year was like 2019. But the thing is, the customer was like in their 60s and 70s. So I want to know are the 60 and 70-year-olds watching Love and Marriage Huntsville and they want to see Martell Holt?
The 50s and 60-year-olds, I think so. I think the
Wandas. Oh, you think they're buying the calendars?
Oh, the Wandas are buying the calendar, my good girl. They're also going to pay for the OnlyFans whenever you decide to go out and send the link. Martell, stop fucking playing. That's what that whole thing was, to see if you can get the viewership for OnlyFans. Okay, if it's only just to show your workouts. But outside of the photo shoot shit, the calendar shit, him using the kids. Oh, the kids are writing books now, and you're the one that's handling that, right? Not all of the house building stuff, not all of the licensing stuff, like not the real estate stuff. Now you're doing the entertainment stuff, and I'm just kind of looking at it like this just seems like another failed attempt to compete with Melody.
So
I don't know if it's a failed attempt to compete with Mel, but I definitely think that it is a loss of direction without her. So now he's just grasping for whatever it is that he could try. Like, let me try this. Let me jump over here with that. Let me see if this is gonna work. So I think that's probably what's going on with Mr. Martell. I don't know if the calendar is gonna work, but if the ladies are gonna purchase them, okay, cool. But maybe he need to try a boxer line or something. Maybe he needs to come out with something.
Sense. Right. Now I get my calendars from Dollar Tree.
He listens to that lady who don't make no sense. It's like your middle school friend got you doing calendars. It's just stupid to me. I feel like Martell has to do something, but it's fine because he has to make money, got 5 kids. But I was like, you trying to be this sexy calendar man? To me, it was a little bit desperate. Like, let me show my body off and sell my body because I think I'm sexy and look like no. But like I think a boxer line would be smoking Martell. Like Martell is in shape. A boxer line would make complete sense. Even a line of, I don't know, ball lotion,
fitness line.
Yeah, something. But I'm like, a calendar to me is like, because who really buy calendars? Like, I have one, but my sister bought it for me. It's like a black melanin, you know what I'm saying? That, but I'm like, I don't buy no calendar every year.
Or he could sell like some type of equipment, dumbbells,
workout equipment,
something like that. You could do something.
That's smarter.
Yeah.
Why not do workouts? You already in the gym. Like, I don't follow him, but why are you not doing
how
that?
To bust out your button downs.
Or
I think people in that industry would like to watch his workouts because that's a whole different industry that's separate from Love and Marriage Huntsville. You know what I'm saying?
You call that shit, I'm in the gym. Remember
what do y'all think about Destiny pulling up and talking about Mel?
I feel like that was somewhat necessary.
Yeah, you should never have a conversation with my ex-husband about me, even if he was your friend first. Like, why y'all discussing me? Like, that's what I didn't like.
Like, she just got in trouble with Mel for doing that with Tisha. So why would you go and do it with the person she thinks is her biggest enemy right now, which is Martell? Like, why go and do
Martell about then to tell Martell about the conversation about Tisha. And I'm like, to me, you were still trying to bad talk Mel to someone else, and I feel like that's kind of what Mel heard her doing with Tisha and why she was pissed. So it's like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, same thing.
And then you tell Martell like he'll be able to help you in this situation, and he can't. He just let you know that you too now are her enemy as well. Very unfortunate. And
his
the wedge between them just got bigger.
Personal. Yeah. Yes, it got bigger. His response didn't have nothing to do with what Destiny was going through with Mel, and it was all about how he felt about Mel. So I'm like, y'all just gonna be each other's soundboards for complaining about Mel. Neither one or the other just really digesting what's going on, but y'all just need somewhere to talk shit freely.
Basically.
Yep. All right. So after that, Maurice and Kimmy pull up and they talk to Jalen about what he's been seeing online. What I thought was interesting was Kimmy says to Jalen, no, Maurice and I have had conversations and we're on the same page about what has happened before we were married and after we were married. So I get the idea that maybe he didn't admit to that situation that happened in 2015, but I think that they've gone through things before they were married. And if it did come out that he did anything in 2015, she would not be surprised, as she mentioned, I think last episode. And I think she's just saying that she not gonna, if you go digging for dirt, you get your hands dirty. She ain't gonna go to digging for dirt. She asked him the question once and she gonna leave it at that, and she trusts him. So that's the situation that I feel like Kimmy's in, and that's what they were trying to explain to Jalen.
I like how they had a conversation with him without giving him any detail. I think when you're talking to your child, you want to be honest with them, but not give them too much information because that's their business. So I like how her point was, you wondered if he cheated. Don't even worry about that. Like, we good. We've had talks. So that way he didn't get too much detail about Maurice and maybe not have him like Maurice. But just know my mama said it's good, so I'ma take that. Because I don't need to know the
Jalen grown as fuck though. That boy grown as fuck. This boy grown as hell. And I mean, everything that was out there was online. He had already pretty much read everything that the people were saying. So I mean, I don't think it was something that they needed to be extremely delicate about. But I do think that it was like some humbug to where it was like, don't worry about it. We're gonna figure it out. We're fine. Everything's okay. Well, it's me. You can tell from the fake ass laugh that Maurice was giving, overhyping. It's all good. It's okay. Basically, it was giving me we're still figuring out some things, but it's nothing that you have to worry about at this time.
I just didn't like the fact that Maurice didn't really speak. I feel like Kimmy did all of the talking, and I really do feel like he was more so talking to Maurice. So I think that it would seem more manly to me if he would defend his own honor in these situations instead of having Kimmy speak for him.
He don't want nobody to go digging. He don't want nobody to poke holes. So it's like, if she's okay with it, it's fine. Kind of like how every time a celebrity man goes through something, anytime you come talk to the press, you have your wife by your side. I'm stick beside him, and there ain't nobody gonna ask no questions. So this is exactly what they was doing. So the next thing I want to tell you is the part. We are introduced to Stormy, and before we even get there, Stormy is super opinionated over Tiffany and the things that she saw on the season before she came on the show, even though she was friends with the group. And in my opinion, when it comes to Stormy, I feel like I could like her, but I don't like the way that she's coming on. I feel like she is basing opinions from the perspective of a viewer. I hate whenever people do that. It's weird when you come on and you're referencing things that you saw at the reunion. I know she probably is privy to those conversations, but she literally said on the episode, I saw at the reunion. And I think that she wants to come on a show and be everybody's, savior for finally saying what nobody else has said to Tiffany. And I don't think we need anybody to do that just yet, because Tiffany's going to show her ass regardless. So don't come on there addressing what Tiffany did last season. Allow Tiffany to make her own relationship with you and give her the opportunity to fuck up. Then you can light her up, and then you can be that person for us. So they finally get to the Christmas party, and Tisha is topic of conversation. So y'all want to start with the Christmas party? And Stormy?
I like Stormy. I had no issues with her, pressing up on Tiffany, though, what Tiffany did when she first came onto the season last season. So far so good. I like Stormy, and I think Stormy was around during filming last season as well. Even though we didn't see her a whole lot, we know Mel filmed at her spot or whatnot, and we may have seen her in the background. So I think she's been around Tiffany, which is probably some of the reason as to why she's like, a little sketch about her. But I did feel like Tiffany should have been the person that was more offended than her. Like, I did feel like Stormy coming into it feeling any kind of way about Tiffany. No, I think Tiffany should have felt like that, because right now she's not really on a positive note with all of Mel's friends for the most part, right? So you coming in as yet another friend of Mel's, I don't know if you and I are gonna gel together or what your preconceived thoughts are about me. So I think Tiffany should have been the one on the fence more than Stormy as a newcomer. And what was the other part you asked about?
We can talk about that next. Jaylee, Bondi, what y'all think about Stormy?
I like her. I think she came like a storm. I think the show needs someone who's gonna say things, because if you see shit and not talk about it, I think it's dumb. So I like how she's like, Mel, you never remember sucking dick? I feel like that's a question I would ask my friend, like, do you remember sucking that dick? So I liked her willingness to say what she thinks, but to me it's not coming off messy. So that's what I like. But she don't seem messy right now, and I like her right now.
I think Stormy is very sweet. I think she's cool. I met her when I went to Mel's skincare launch party, and she was very sweet and very beautiful. She had this like amazing sparkly dress on and cute little ponytail. She was styled out, so I was like, yeah, I see why they got you on the show. I did not like the fact that she had beef with Tiffany based off of what happened on the show. I met Tiffany and feel like I shouldn't have beef with Tiffany based off what happened on the show. Now I can understand if Tiffany had beef with me based off the shit that I said, calling her husband and her husband thick thighs. But I actually really like Louis, and I agree with a lot of the things that Louis says on the show. And I did last season as well, even when everybody hated him. So ultimately, I feel like there's no reason yet for you to feel that way, especially because you're friends with Mel, correct? You're not friends with Destiny or Kimmy, from what we understand. And honestly, the way she came at Kimmy about her business at the end of the episode, I was just kind of like, how exactly are you finding issue with Tiffany when y'all are basically doing the same thing?
Yep.
I don't know.
Thank you for the super chat, Berica. She says Martell should name the underwear line Coleslaw's Desire. LOL.
That's not a good name. That is not a good name. But Coleslaw should have came out with some variations of coleslaw. Okay. She missed it.
So the last thing that I wanted to talk about is this Christmas party where we the ladies sitting around talking about Tisha. And Mel is saying to Tisha's cousin, Kiki, who's there, I don't know why Tisha makes it seem like I'm the only one to mention the demise of her marriage. Like, haven't people been talking about that before? And her cousin says, well, yes, people have brought things to her that she won't accept as her own truth. So she then confirms that people have come to Tisha with proof, and whether it's enough proof or not, Tisha is turning a blind eye to it. I think it was messy as hell for her to talk about it. And I stand with Kimmy when Kimmy said if you didn't want to invite her, what are we talking about her for? Then the other thing is, Kiki, you're not gonna act like just last season you wasn't telling Kimmy that she should have been defending Tisha, and now here you go just trying to get in where you fit in. Basically just doing Mel's dirty work.
Go ahead.
Kiki messy. I think at the end of the day, Mel was messy too for inviting her. But Kiki, you are Tisha's cousin. So I feel like if anybody's the most messy is you, because you did not have to accept Mel's invitation to come and then spend the whole evening or the party that we saw speaking about Tisha. And I seen Mel put up on her, I think her IG, how they did other things. They had like a little bonfire. Like there was other things done besides that conversation. But I felt like both Kiki and Mel's main thing was, let's get Kim to feel like Marcel was on bullshit, and she need to see that he was probably trying to make Maurice look like a cheater. But I was like, that's cool, but like, why not have the conversation with Tisha being here? You had her cousin as backup, and any cousin who was going to say like shit I told her in private, I can't rock with you. So that was crazy to me.
I think Kiki was dead ass wrong for sure. Cause at the end of the day, that's your cousin. And you know what Mel was trying to do. Mel was trying to use you to prove her point that she wasn't trying to destroy Tisha's marriage, because the marriage ain't shit anyway. And you already know what the nigga doing. So stop playing with me. I think that's what Mel was trying to prove. And in all honesty, the fights between Tisha and Mel are fair game to me. Because I feel like they continue to do shit to each other. Like Mel said, we went to the reunion. I thought we was cool, and this girl destroyed my marriage and all of that. So ultimately, I feel like the shit that they do to each other at this point is fair game. Tisha don't like Mel. Mel don't like Tisha. And the issue to me is Kiki, because that's your cousin, girl. That's your cousin. That's your family. Y'all look alike. You shouldn't have been a part of that conversation. Like if Mel would have asked me that shit, I'd have been like, Mel, now you know I can't tell you nothing about my cousin, now girl. Come on now. Now don't do that. I can't have no conversation with you about my cousin on no fucking camera. I'm here at the party because me and you cool, girl. But don't do that to me now. Okay, don't throw me under that train like you trying to do so you can prove your point. Don't do it. But Kiki wants to be on TV. So I personally feel like if you want to be manipulated to be on the show, then be manipulated to be on the show, just like Miss Wanda and Tisha are.
Yeah, definitely fair game when it comes to Mel and Tisha. I agree. I feel like Miss Kiki could have handled that situation much better. Like, girl, know how to moonwalk out of the conversation. She definitely wants attention. It is coming off hella sketch. You was just trying to go at Kimmy last season over Tisha. Now you over here telling Tisha business to Kimmy and Mel. Like, nah. And everybody's trying to put this issue off on Mel. Like, it's Mel. Mel brought her to the forefront. Mel brought her to the front. First of all, I'm sure Carlos wanted her on the show. I'm sure the same way he said he wanted Stormy, I'm sure he wanted her. In addition to that, Mel ain't tell her to tell on her cousin. Mel asked her a question and she participated and gave those details about her cousin. So now they over there beefing. If you're supposed to be beefing at their wedding, beefing at their wedding. But anyway,
Jamie, that's me every single time. I say that every day. That's sad.
Exactly. So now Miss Wanda is on her head top, and I'm just here watching the battle between she, the Scotts, and Miss Wanda.
Right.
Entertaining season.
It is an entertaining season. So we're gonna see what happens with Tiffany and Stormy on the next episode. And now, y'all, it is time to get into this tire talk. All right, y'all. First, let's start with the Real Housewives of Atlanta trailer. So I watched the trailer. It was like a 2-minute long trailer. We seen the cast photos. Now the girls are doing like a charcoal tan type of look. Kenya and Marlo are actually in the middle, so I feel like they're probably working the hardest for their checks this season. But I'm excited. We saw Apollo in the trailer. We saw Kenya saying something about Drew's husband. The same. It's given very much how she was with Phaedra and Apollo based on whatever she said. We see, damn, how I forget her name. The bone carrier. How did I forget her name?
Sheree.
Sheree. I think I forgot her name because I had to remember Shandrilla and Shandrika. Sheree. Okay, so Sheree, she back, and we're gonna hear her talk about Tyrone. But all in all, y'all, I think this is gonna be an exciting season. Mama Joy and Ty beefing again is what it looked like. Are y'all here for Real Housewives of Atlanta?
I am, and I was a bit shocked to see Kenya call Marlo a pitiful hoe. I can't recall Kenya calling somebody out their name like that, or I can't recall. Not that it hasn't happened, but I just can't recall that. So I'm definitely here for it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm loving seeing Mama Joyce and her having to go at Todd again. She's still holding true to her word from many years ago when she said it ain't no mountain high enough or no river wide enough to keep me off your ass. And she's still on his ass to this day. I'm looking forward to seeing how Drew handles the ladies coming at her, because it seems like, her and Kenya weren't cool based on the reunion last year. You got her and Sheree and Sheree's assistant. They're gonna be having some issues with Drew. You got Miss Sonya, look like she gonna be coming at Drew. So Drew just gonna be in it. Girl, is Drew being Portia?
Or is she being Kenya?
Right. Well, Kenya's there to be Kenya.
What I like the most about the trailer was the fact that nothing that we saw looks like they've already been hashed out. I like it's like brand new stuff. Yes. And the show really needed a whole restart. And I know there was Nene and Portia was trending when it came out, but I feel like I didn't need them at all. I think the newness of Sonya Richards-Ross, even Candy beef with the mama and Todd, and even seeing Candy and Kenya have some kind of issue. Like, everyone seems to be giving, and I think no one is resting on, I can just be here and not do shit. I think that's what I like the most, is that the trailer looked interesting and new. Like, it's like a fresh, take on the Housewives. So I hope the season gives as much as the trailer gave.
I'm actually super duper excited for it. First of all, Candy was definitely okay. So Kenya and Candy, first of all, Kenya said, tell your husband don't be clocking my pussy or something like that. I was taken aback. And then Drew Sidora throwing doggy treats at Sheree and her assistant. Oh my God, Sheree, were you beefing with her before Tyrone dumped you or after? Sonya, I feel like even though I think Sonya may give, I feel like Sonya had that one moment that they put in the trailer. So that I don't know, girl. But you look good. You I love your dress out of everybody's in this picture. Candy, I'm glad you decided to rejoin us and earn your check. Because I mean, no disrespect, you always earn the check at the end of the day. But you know what I mean, girl. You ain't been giving for the past couple of seasons. So if you needed to bring Mama Joyce back so we can have some real drama on the show, then please, by all means, bring her back. Bring her back. Ken. I feel like I'm going to like you this season because I saw you going at Marlo, and Marlo works on my nerves sometimes. So I just, I give you a fresh start every season, Ken. So fingers crossed. Sheree, I don't have high hopes. You're a stunt queen. I don't have high hopes.
Ooh, did they put a date on it? Was it May?
May 1st.
May 1st. Oh, yes, I'm gonna be ready. All right, y'all. So finally, we gonna get to everybody talk all week long, and that was the slap her around the world. That was Will Smith and Chris Rock, and I hate that we had to wait the whole damn week just to talk about it because y'all have worn it the F out at this point. So let me go ahead and play the video if y'all have not seen. And if you ain't seen it, I don't know what you've been doing. You must be on a cleanse from the internet or something. But let me go ahead and show y'all.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'm still not over it.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
He sure did. Damn.
Wow, dude.
Look like my daddy right there, boy. That nigga had a few drinks. Lupita looks great right
it's
here.
It's Lupita for me.
Lupita looks great right here.
It's definitely Lupita. Did y'all catch that her head was nodding just a little bit with him when he was like, keep my wife?
Yes.
There was a definite solidarity in the room.
And Lupita was lightweight. Oh, you said solidarity.
Yeah, there was a solidarity in the room when this shit initially happened. Samuel L. Jackson, dapped Will off with the look on his face like about time somebody smacked that nigga. Like it was a few people in like even the way they ran to Will instead of running to Chris. Like Chris was the one that got hit
allegedly backstage because he was so embarrassed.
But people still probably would have. I mean, yeah, but I still feel like people probably would have tried to run to him first because he was the one that got hit. And I just still feel like something in the room felt like everybody was like, child, about time somebody hit him.
It's the first picture with his teeth grinning.
I know, right?
Hold
like,
on, but you know what's crazy? In this picture, it looks like he's bracing himself for the slap, which makes me wonder if he knew it was coming. And I cannot help but to continue to wonder if this was an act.
Okay, watch it again. So. Watch it again. This is a picture, but that shit happened so fast. I promise you, when I watched that video, he didn't think he was actually gonna get hit.
Nah. Yeah. He didn't. And with this, where it looks like he's bracing himself, that was a nervous laugh. He was laughing and nodding his head. And then at first I thought it was fake too, until I saw when Will was screaming, you could see his lip quivering. He was like so mad.
He was mad. Shaking. Yes. That's why I said that nigga was drinking because, like, I'm telling y'all, I know that look.
But even seeing Chris Rock after the slap, he looked like he was trying to figure out what the fuck. So I know if it was staged, they would have cut the sound out. The Academy would have had it play out. They cut the sound, they cut the camera, so they cut stuff because they did not know what's going on. And the video of Chris Rock that they kind of zoomed in on different posts, he looked just like what the fuck, like. So even he like what the so he looked like sad or whatever. So yeah, I don't think it was made up at all.
No, when he said okay, when Will said keep my wife's name out your face, he said okay. When he said that, because I've heard that before. That's when people know they can't really fight the person back, so they need to just go ahead and resign.
Stay uncle. Stay uncle.
Yeah,
Yep.
That was absolute, and that's what Will was trying to do. It's so funny to me because in this picture, it looks like he's not hitting him with the lean back that he actually gave him when he hit him. It happened so fast, and he smacked him so hard that people thought it was a punch, but no, it was an open hand smack. And I think Will actually understood in that moment. I think he went through all of the incidentals in his mind. I can afford to get out of jail. Does it matter if I get this award? Like, I really do think in a 2 seconds it took him to walk from his seat. Oh, I think so. I think he knew he could get away with it. I think he knew the probability. He's too smart for that. Everything he's ever done is so fucking like thought out and processed that this made me feel like in the moment, he really thought this is my best course of action in this moment right now. And that's probably because emotionally he's not in a good state and because he was drinking. But I absolutely feel like in that moment, he literally went through all of the thoughts in his mind before he went up there and smacked him, because he could have punched him, and he open hand smacked him because he knew an open hand slap wouldn't result in the same type of punishment that a punch would have. I think he open hand
slapped him because he wanted him to make him feel like a bitch. I feel like that's the only reason
he would have felt like a bitch either way.
Another man. But
Will like smacking people too. Will has smacked people before. That backhand slap.
The entire, like, okay, so here's why I stand. Okay, am I upset? Let me say this. Number one, Will didn't have to slap him. Okay, he didn't have to. But am I really upset that he did? Not really, because and I don't know if that's my avoidance to sit on the same bandwagon as people who believe that Will's actions represent all Black people. I think that's where I'm kind of like, I don't really give a fuck, because I don't want to sit on the bandwagon with people who say that this one action, is horrible for Will, and as a Black man and all. That's how I feel. So Chris Rock should be embarrassed by this. And he's not going to sue him. We talked about this, just because connections are really important when you're that high up in Hollywood and Black. Okay. So he's not going to sue him. But let's be real. If Will was to do this to anybody off of the street, hell yeah, I would sue him.
Yeah,
it would have been different. Now, the one thing that I do want to talk to y'all about is the conspiracies. A lot of people are saying that Jada's the narcissist and she made him do this. And then some people are saying, well, no, Will's the narcissist because he was laughing at first, but he wanted all the attention. So overall thoughts, y'all think Will was wrong? What's your popular, unpopular opinion in the conspiracies?
I think that people are throwing this conspiracy. I mean, not conspiracy. I think people are throwing the narcissist word around very loosely. Y'all don't know them people like that. And based off what we know about them, they're too giving in different ways for me to automatically tag them with narcissism because of the way they think. They have opened themselves up as far as how they process and think about things. And I think if Will was suffering from some type of narcissism years ago, I think at this point it's something different. That's not what this is about. This was, I think, a personal thing. And I'm gonna reference it again today for the 100th time. Layla Lynn's fucking video about, and I posted it on my community page. She did this video that just basically kind of highlighted how many times Chris Rock has openly and publicly disrespected Jada and had a laugh at her expense. He's used Will to do that. And I think this was personal. I think this is not about comedians not being able to tell jokes. I don't think this is about the Academy and how white people feel about Black people. And I don't think this is about blaming Jada for Will's actions. I think this is just plainly and simply a relationship that has been tumultuous. I think Chris Rock often says things that are disrespectful, and over the years, people have gotten tired of it. I think Black Hollywood views him as a coon. And I think that he has often made women, Black women specifically, the butt of jokes at, for white people to laugh at. So I think there's an overall energy about Chris as it pertains to people in Hollywood and Black people specifically in Hollywood. So I just think it was a personal situation, and Will assessed the situation and knew that he would get away with it because he's more famous and richer than Chris Rock. So he would be able to either deal with the legal ramifications, or he'll be able to deal with the business, the career part of it, because he's already done everything. He's already done everything.
Award
yes. Right, accepted his award right after. He has his money, and he has way too many good relationships and connections for him not to work again, regardless to how anybody feels about this. And like a lot of us have said, there are a lot of you people that had a lot to say about what Will did, and y'all have done worse shit, Jim Carrey. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all have done things that are on this level, and someone can come back and sue you $200 million for. I thought it was funny that Jim Carrey spoke so passionately about this and how he would have sued Will when Will could have sued him for trying to put his mouth on him in 1999 at the awards. It was on camera. So it's just funny to me how people so quickly forget how they get away with things. Will has had this pristine image for years, and the man has one moment of losing his shit publicly, and now everybody wants to, just demonize him and act like it's the worst shit they've ever seen in life when you're giving people awards for movies where people get murdered. Like, cut it the fuck out.
Yeah, it was definitely built up. Let me read the super chat. Yes. So thank you, T Dominique 504. She said, I 100% agree with you, Bond. I don't agree with the slap, but I'm not bothered by it either. But I'm over the Jada blame. Stop the BS. He is grown and he makes his own decisions. Period.
I have to say, I've been mixed, okay? I've been mixed on my feelings because I hate to have seen him get slapped, and the emotions that follow when you're embarrassed in front of a group of people, and this happened to be millions of people. It was like, embarrassment. Yes, I definitely had the secondhand embarrassment. And I just really hate that happened to him. However, okay, I kind of didn't care that Will slapped the hell out of him, because I'm like, Will Smith just wanted to do to me what I think Will Smith wanted to do what Jada couldn't. Okay, well, he felt his wife couldn't, or that she wouldn't do. I don't think it was anything that Jada put him up to doing or anything like that. People, it's really grinding my gears, and it just shows how much y'all always want stuff to be on us. Y'all love trying to put stuff on us. But no, baby, this was all on him. This is a grown man that made that decision to walk up there. And obviously, he knew that he could do it and was able to receive whatever troubles was going to follow, right? And he was okay with whatever the consequences were going to be. So this was all on Will, in my opinion, ain't got anything to do with Miss Jada. This a grown-ass man, okay? Now, I do think this was a personal issue that ended up being made public. I mean, because I felt like the slap was one of them things where it was like, I told you I'm gonna get your ass. Okay,
yep,
it seemed like they've had a history.
Like I told you I'm gonna whoop your ass if
I
you
told you it's
this.
gonna be on site. Like, when I see you, it don't matter the place, I'm gonna get you. And you did something, and I told you I was gonna be on your ass. Okay, you thought you were safe because you was on the stage
when
in
he
front
walked
of these
away.
Good white folk.
When he walked away with that one hand on his hip, it definitely gave nigga, I told you.
Exactly. In addition to that, I just feel like, honestly, too, at the same time, this is these rich folks' business. This is these rich folks' business. And I mean, I'm just here cackling about it, but I feel like it really ain't my business for real, because it's these rich folks' business. And the stock just went up because yesterday's price is not today's price. Come on. At all. Come on. They still winning out here, and we over here kikiing and cackling, and our price ain't go up yet, girl. But either way, good luck.
I feel like people want to blame Will because he has never done anything else. So it's the moment that people probably have been waiting for years to make him out to be another crazy black man. I think when his acceptance speech, they're going to now say about me what they said about Venus and Swin's daddy, that, who's a crazy black man, crazy black father. I don't think Will sat there and planned out what he would do. I think Will was like, fuck it. I don't think he cared about if he can get away with it. I think he had a moment of fuck it. I think when he had said before how his whole life he's had to be Will Smith. He had to hold up this image of what people thought he was, and he felt like he had to be so perfect, and how he kept his life so close. Because if we think about it, Will and Jada did not share shit. Like, we never heard any real insight from them until about maybe 5 years ago or whatever. And they're both finally being open enough with their lives to show us, and now everyone is using that against them. So that's the people would love to hear Beyonce and Jay-Z's inner shit. But once they get what they want, they'll then judge it. So that's the fucked up part. People have been waiting to villainize Will Smith because he never gave anyone the option to do it before. And that's the bad part. I feel horrible that Chris Rock got slapped. Like, I don't think anybody feels like it was, oh, good. I don't think it was that, because seeing it happen was crazy. At the same time, so what? Like, if Chris Rock did not want to press charges, if Chris Rock hasn't processed it yet to discuss how he feels, let that man be. But don't try to villainize Will, because he's the only one so far that has at least spoke up and apologized and, said he knew he was wrong. So my thing is, I don't give no fuck, because Will has acknowledged his mistake. He has apologized to Chris Rock, and he said, I snapped and defended my wife. At the end of the day, I can't blame him for any of those things, especially because he acknowledged his wrong. Now, had he said, I don't give no fuck, I slapped him, and it was that, Will, come on now, be a little bit nice. But what do you want someone to do when they fuck up and they apologize and they acknowledge it? Like, people want, what do you want from him? Like, what he can't go back in time. So I'm like,
jail time is a stretch, and y'all need to fucking stop. Everybody talking about he needs to be held accountable. Oh, so you want him to go to jail for smacking another grown ass man? Please cut it the fuck out.
So Wendy, thank you for the super chat. She says it was Alec Baldwin for me when he has beat up paparazzi and a man for a parking spot and had to go to anger management.
And he just killed somebody. He literally just killed somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Like, please sit this one out.
It was one comment I saw that I wanted to mention. So from John Jordan, he said the slap wasn't about Will defending his wife. It was about defending his own fragile ego. Black women are not children who can't defend themselves from words. A woman physically attacked is different. Now, I see your point of view, but I'm scared to say I agree, because you sound like you're a little bit further one direction than me. I think Will knew that the slap wasn't only about defending his wife, which is what he talked about when he said he was triggered. The Black women who are not children who can't defend themselves from words, that to me, it just,
I don't like that part.
That's the part. Yes, I don't like that part, because
I shouldn't have to defend myself to a man while my husband is sitting next to me. Period.
Yes. Black women can be defended from words, but he didn't have to choose that source of defense. But like we all know, it wasn't about defense. It was about whatever he was triggered about. So anyway, y'all, Will apologize. Honestly, I don't think he felt bad for it, because he apologized to the Academy when he accepted his award, but he didn't apologize directly to Chris. He was still pissed, which, I mean, for the most part, you gonna be pissed. And most people don't really apologize because they actually sorry. They apologize because they want a different result.
They want to get over it.
But you know what I thought about, though? I felt like him not directly speaking on the slap during the acceptance speech, to me, could have been more about, let me not make it worse.
Say the wrong thing.
Let me not say, because when you mad, you know what you're going to say.
Right.
I also felt like he wanted to create a complete separation from what he did to what he was accepted an award for, because the movie was really about Venus, Serena, the deity. I like that he did not take that moment to make it about him and what he did. He left it about the work he did, because that's what he wanted an award for. So I like that he did not directly address Chris at that moment. I think sometimes we have to give ourselves time to process things. The same way Chris Rock needs time to process getting slapped, I think Will should have the time to process why he did it, to fully give a more thought out apology. I don't like instant apologies, because have you had time to think about what you did?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I like that he waited the following day, thought about it, calmed down, got a little bit sober, and then gave a clear, concise apology about what he did, why he did it, and why it was wrong.
Right. That means he sat and understood what he did, which is what you want somebody to do in a situation, but that's not what people want. People want him to be broken. They want him to grovel. They want him to break up with Jada and blame her and say, you're the reason why my life is bad. I should go and marry a white woman. That's what y'all want him to do. That's what y'all want him to do, and he won't do it.
Mad. And that's why if they can't villainize Will for this, then they'll villainize Jada, because people have opinions about how their relationship should have been in the joke that has been in the headlines every week. So it's a damn shame.
Also, I just want to say quickly, I'm tired of everybody with the lack of common sense when it comes to certain things. So this argument about them opening themselves up to everybody, what does that have to do with the alopecia and a bald head joke? Like, I don't care about what the joke was about. And I said that repeatedly. I said the nigga could have ripped her shoes. He could have ripped her dress. If I told you to keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth and you got on this stage and did exactly what I asked you not to do, then the results are the results, okay? Like, I know y'all feel like Will should, I understand the point that you can't just go around hitting people, but I want y'all to understand the very strategic move of smacking the shit out of somebody that you personally have had conversations with about disrespecting you, and who you know at the end of the day you are more powerful than in your situation. How many people have personally smacked their friends or other people around them? And I'm talking about men, because women in general don't like women my age and the women I'm around. We're not physically getting into it with each other at this age. Or older, but men sometimes are different. Men get in fucking fights at basketball games sometimes, and there's a slap match, and the next thing you know, the niggas is having a drink later on that day. So I want everybody to stop acting like Will is, has done the worst thing, the disgusting. When people say it's disgusting, I'm almost like, what does that mean? Because I feel like I've seen so many terrible things in the past few years. A slap on a stage ain't nearly at the top of it. Like, really.
Well, y'all, I think that's it. I hope we're not us specifically, but I hope, Twitter and everybody else is not talking about this tomorrow and into next week. Okay. So I hope y'all enjoyed the show. We all do. If y'all did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, share it with other people who, would like Ooh Ladies First panel, because we having good conversations over here. Also, be sure to follow us at Ooh Ladies First on Twitter and Ooh Ladies First on Instagram. You can follow each of us at the handles on the screen: Bondi Blue, Jaylee's Corner, Jamie, that's me, and Necey Dixon. And with that being said, y'all, go ahead, do us a favor and like the video, and we'll see y'all in the next one.